Good evening, everyone.
Oh.
I am Dad. I am Scotty. How are you? Yeah. Yeah. And that's the news. It's alright. Can't see through my glasses. So how have you been, everybody? How's your weekend been?
Vanilla ice cream Sunday.
Ooh,
That's
nice. Can I say?
So I'm in one of those moods.
Yeah, as always. Well, only if they win.
Only if they win.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know about where you are, but it's been
nice day until late on.
Yeah, it's been one of them.
I don't bro, love.
You know, was bro. Been one of them funny days today. Can hear sounds. Yeah, I went in and you know. Hiya, Richard. How are you? There's been a lot of siren activity. I don't know, you know, ambulance or whatever it is. What?
Tim.
Hiya, Jay. Hiya, Tim. How are you? But yeah, there's been a lot of siren activity today. I don't know whether... See, you can sort of hear it from afar, but you can't differentiate whether it's you know, an ambulance or a cop car or whatever it is. But that's the only downside of living only about 10 minutes away from from town centre. You can hear everything and everything. Hi, Gary.
Quiet. Gary.
Thank you for your permission. Oh, let's hope we can cheer you up then, Jay. But yesterday, yesterday I went out. Like the guys that he went out with have got FPV drones. But obviously Chris and they went to this abandoned warehouse. Very, very spooky music. It made me want tied up behind a cushion when I was watching it. Me.
Oh. I'm not me. This is me.
But yeah, you know what I mean. It was one of them things where, yeah, it was like a damp, dismal day, and it was quite apt for the video, I think.
Definitely.
So yeah. What were I going to say? I don't know. Oh, that's the thing. You know, when I was asking for everybody's advice about cutting the cream egg in half, I typed it into Google, and it says the best thing to do is to freeze them overnight, which is what I thought anyway. So, but I'm on about putting mine in freeze at night before, and then just before we go live, because obviously you don't need them till last off anyway. Yeah, it's been a funny old day here, Jay. Damp, dismal, you know what I mean? Anyway, so I says to Chris, I'll put them in freezer night before and get Chris to put them in the fridge sort of when the baking starts, so they're not exactly sort of, you know, chisel and hammer kind of thing. Anyway, so yeah, but you don't want them that hard that you've got to take a hammer and a chisel to them. So I says to Chris, probably when I first start the baking live, get them out at freezer, put them in fridge, then they...
Hey.
Hello, Mr. You-Knows-Bro.
Good evening. Just woke up.
Ah, what?
I
said Fred.
Right, said Fred. You know, you can't take him anywhere.
Just at me right said bed.
I'll just call him Obo because that's what it looks like.
Has he got a beard on?
But yeah, we have tried to sort of, you know, do a bit with it. Hi, Kirsty, how are you?
Hello, Kirsty.
So yeah, but it's still a bit wiry and a bit haywire, and yeah.
That's the way it is. Isn't it? That's the way it grows. Just try to grab my mouse.
Oh. Well, yeah, I don't. Mine's a wireless one. Hi, good. Why, Bria? Everybody's going, Gary.
Copyright.
But this is the thing. He sent me a link for a beard trimmer off of Amazon, and it was about 37 quid. I thought, yeah, it's all right paying 37 quid for a beard trimmer. Then he gets up one morning and says, "Fuck it, I'm going to shave it all off."
It's not as if you can sell it.
Well, not really.
No.
But yeah, so I think he's sort of sleeping on it, let's just say.
What?
The beard trimmer thing.
I don't want one.
Got one in the ear clippers.
That's what I use. That's the close shave I get with the clippers.
So you actually shave with clippers?
Just like the ones you do your head with. I just shave my neck with that bit.
Oh, yeah. We see I've got some clippers, and inside it's got like this little version. But you can't change heads on it. Yeah. And it's for like sideburns and whatever. Mm-hmm. So that's where I did with his, because he were complaining like all on his lip. He got these wiry bits, and when he had something to eat, it were
you can feel it in the bottom lip. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so he says, "Oh, I can have something to eat now without sort of eating my tash as well." So basically, I just trimmed all around here. But yeah, and I didn't manage to do a Richard either.
No,
cut a great chunk out on it. Well, I mean, Richard, that's our Richard. I managed to cut a chunk out of his. He's got he bought some new trimmers, beard trimmers. And it would, whoops.
We'll grow back.
But yeah. Well, I did say to him, I says, well, why didn't you use one of these Sharpie pens and just gap him with Sharpie pen till it grew back? Mm-hmm. So anyway, it was sort of point of no return because it cut like a great big chunk out on it, shaved it all off. But it is growing back now. So what are you doing with Jag then, Gordo? I know, he says I've got enough problems sorting the Jag. It looks a nice motor. Hiya, Sarah, how are you? Oh dear, I think there's a lot of colds and whatever going round.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, it's Sarah. Is Oracle Saz.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Sarah. So, we don't stand on ceremony.
No, that's me.
What? Oh, it's booked in for MOT on 14th. Oh. Do you think it's going to pass then, Gordo? It looks a nice motor. It looks a very nice motor. So it's just a case of waiting and seeing, really. But yeah, I mean, it's like a silver Jag estate. It looks a nice motor.
Nice. They're nice shells. Most of the Jaguars have got the Ford Mondeo engines in them.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about that other week about they just.
That's it. It's not a wee engine. It's like a big, powerful Mondeo engine.
He says his mate's looked over it. He seems to think it won't need much. Oh, it's gold, is it? I thought it looked silver. Shows how much I know. I need to go to Specsavers.
I need to go as well when I get my short.
I would say we've. I think we about ready for you know, having his eyes tested.
The refit.
But this is the thing. When we went last time, Chris decided, because these is what do you call them? They're like both a reading glass and all in one. Very focal, that's it.
Very focal, right.
Yeah. So he decided to go down that route last time, whereas I've had varifocals for about 4 or 5 years. And he sort of, he don't like them. So
he went full peripheral of one.
But this is the thing, they don't suit everybody.
No, I don't know if I would like it. Because I do like, see, I've used the small glasses just recently, and I'm looking at the phone with them, and I go to look at the television, and I do the old school teacher thing, like that, dumb. You look over the top of them, and I've not used glasses like that before, and I'm thinking, should I get bifocals? But I don't need the long distance, I can see the television.
But you see, the only thing I find with them is that line what they put on glasses.
Yeah, split.
Yeah, well, these are sort of similar, but there's no lines or anything.
Just gradual change.
But it's what you're used to. I've had, same as I say, I've had these varifocal for about 5 years. It saves sort of one pair for reading, one pair, you know what I mean? It saves swapping and wrapping glasses. So yeah, but you do have to sort of be careful. Sort of when you look down, it makes top a bit blurred, if you know what I mean. But it's you've got to get used to it. That's, you know what I mean. I mean, I think Richard says he wears them varifocals, and it's getting used to them. So right, I'm trying to find a picture. Well, this is what I'm saying. How can I put it? They don't suit everybody. I'm trying to find it. That's Gordo's Jag. Let's focus a minute. Needs anti-roll bar joint on the back. Ordered a pair off eBay for 20 quid. But yeah, it looks, and you know what I mean. It's quite even inside. I mean, look at interior. I mean, he has sort of validated it himself, but you know what I mean. It's come up nice. So, but yeah, I'm sure you'll get there, Gordo. Hi, Tim. How are you?
Imagine it. I'm very well, thank you. Yourself?
I don't know whether Johnny or Tracy will come in because they've gone on a date night.
Right.
Yeah, because Keela's gone to a real mum's for 4 days.
A wee respite for the trips.
Yeah. So yeah. But Tracy did tell me they were going for a carvery, so.
Yeah.
His ears must be burning.
You talk about Johnny, look what happens.
Hey up, Lorky.
I just thought you might be sort of enjoying the peace and tranquility, Johnny, and having a date night with your lovely lady. So, but yeah, here's Lurky. And I am. That means he's liking peace and tranquility.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? It gives you and Tracy time to decompress, and you know what I mean.
Oh, the
That's much needed.
nail brush. Bloody hell, Gordo.
He says he spent all last Saturday doing inside with a nail brush and a magic eraser, and wash carpets and all.
Awesome.
I mean, it must be very time consuming if you're going to do it with like a nail brush. I mean, because they're not exactly big, are they?
No.
Good bit of detail.
But this is it, you know what I mean? And hence them photos, it looks really nice. Hey, that's not bad, Gordo. 350 quid.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Gary says date night in my house is a Domino's 2 for Tuesday. We don't have a date night in our house. Oh dear. But yeah, I was going to say, what's a date night? Oh dear. So even the dogs get fed. Hey, up, do you think Biscuit and Laro's go away with it, Gary? I don't think so. But yeah. And if you didn't give him to be sat there with puppy dog eyes.
Yeah, give me something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like it's never been. I mean, this is the thing. We had fish last night, fish and chips. So there's always 4 in a packet. So guess who gets the spare one?
Biscuit.
So yeah, if there's four meat pies in a packet, guess who gets spare one?
Biscuit.
Biscuit.
Poor old Biscuit.
Richard says when I last had a date night, Domino's didn't exist. But yeah, if if it comes in 4s, yeah, Biscuit always gets the spare one.
Yeah.
But he's well fed, put it that way. So how's Caesar? Is he?
Yeah, he's good. He's there sleeping.
Never
So
happened
his
to
mother
Caesar.
dog.
Where did he got
No,
2?
Yeah, I did have 3.
Did you?
Yeah,
Well, we
I
had 3 cats, but 2 of them died. So we've just got 1 dog and 1 cat now.
I had to have one put down, not last year, year before.
Oh,
yeah,
bless.
2021, I think it was. Yeah.
Bless.
But
Gordo says he knocked him down from
it was a
500.
mongrel.
Oh, they best kind.
Yeah, we had a mongrel, and she lived. If she'd have lived, she would have been 19 now, near enough, in human years. But I don't know what it would have been.
Oh, bless.
But we had to go and have her put down because the simple fact is she wouldn't eat, she wouldn't stand up, so she knew she was wanting.
No kind of life, though, is it? No. I've no idea. I'm Jad. Tim might know.
I believe so, but I think
he says he's crypto doing a live stream tomorrow.
Yeah, I think she is. Yeah, no, she's got a laptop back working, so.
Richard says when last date night he went on, he says you had chips wrapped in Daily Mirror.
Better put your shirt ironed again then, Tim.
Yeah.
Get your hair gelled back.
What's all that? What's all that in aid of?
When I said Tim last week when Crypto was going to do a live with a shirt and all that on, he was all slapped up. In these glasses.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Says we're new MOT, it's worth £1,800.
Get it sold.
Well, that's it. They only paid 350 quid. You can't go wrong there.
No, you can't.
Might be, I'm not being a killjoy, but there might be something hidden under all that and going ready to pop for 350 for a Jag.
Underlining issues, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's a missing price of 1,200. So what's 1,200 wrong with it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, I mean, Gordo knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He knows
I'm not
milk
dishing
tray
it.
man. Hey, up! I tell you something, Gary. They come knocking on my door with a box of chocolates. Hey, John lad, how are you?
Hi, John lad.
Himself.
Yeah, Gary as well. The one with Chippy. Me and Tim were only on about it other week. We had to pinch the bottom of thing so your vinegar didn't seep out at the bottom of paper.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know what I mean. Hi, Johnny.
Hello, Johnny.
I know what Johnny's singing. Silence is golden.
Oh, she's already rung up crying once already.
Oh God.
She's asleep now, so it's all right.
Excellent.
They had exactly the same problem last time. You know what I mean? When she actually went, she was ringing up and saying, "Can you come and get me? Can you?" You know what I mean? She's
going back bloody Wednesday, so.
Could you take me back to listen?
She won't do a full week.
Yeah, they broke up yesterday, didn't they, for Easter for 2 weeks?
Midget gems. John Lass has checked my thumbnail. Packet of midget gems.
I'm highly offensive of that thumbnail.
Yeah.
She's a daddy's girl, though, isn't she? That's why.
Throwing midgets. And
but yeah.
I just said to Annie, you best just not ringing me. Just let her chill herself out.
Yeah. This is the thing. I know, yeah, it's a different routine, but she's got to get used to it sometime.
She's actually got a proper bedroom over there, and she's only used it twice.
Bloody hell.
Are they starting to get independent now, aren't they? At that age?
No, she didn't want to go.
The wee man wants to go and stay at his grand's.
Do you know, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but does Anna let her get away with a lot more than what you do?
No, she's a bit stricter than us. So.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know, probably. Hi, Crypto. How are you? This is the thing. How can I put it? Kids that age know how to play people.
Oh yeah, she's. You
know what I mean? And the fact that Anna's a lot more strict than what you are is probably one of the reasons why, she's ringing you up and crying and whatever.
I just said to her, calm the knickers down and I'll talk to her later when you calm down a bit. It's all right.
It's good to get them out of that, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. It's all right. Gordo were on about when it went and took it for a test drive. It was in limp mode.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
That's
how we're able to, beat him down to 350.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, there's quite a few tags. What it is they're high tax, car tax on them, so a lot of people don't want to pay car tax at all now. So
size engines are a 2 litre, 2.5 litre. Is it the Jaguar's about a 2.5 litre, isn't it?
Yeah. Mine's 340 a year. Mine's a 2 litre.
Did you go for your Calvary then, Johnny?
No, she fell asleep. Didn't wake up till 6.
I was saying, I know Tracy was saying that you were going for a Calvary, so
I made a nice tea for her.
Oh, bless.
What I'm going to do, we've got a big boot sale thing tomorrow, and then we'll get tomorrow afternoon.
Oh, you're going tomorrow afternoon, are you?
I've tidied up. I've cut out grass on that today.
Excuse me.
It says it's a 2.2 diesel,
It was still a bit wet, the grass, but it's got about 3 foot tall now.
6-speed manual version. That's gobbledygook to me.
2.2, yeah.
Diesel. Yeah,
Nice
that'll do it.
big engine.
You see, sort of going, you know, John Ladd said, "Are you watching WrestleMania, Tim?"
Yes, I
Yeah,
am.
it's like over 2 nights, isn't it?
Yeah, tomorrow night.
Yeah, Chris has just said I'll
Yes.
be watching it tomorrow and Monday.
I'll watch it when it's finished thingy and I'll find it.
Callum not watching it live, no? No.
I'm not paying that kind of money, Tim.
Oh, what is it? Like 25 quid a night?
See if you get the WWE network.
I
You
have
get
that,
that
but
for-
I did want that for it.
Yeah. Well,
you only pay a tenner a month for it.
Let's just say
I know
they'll be watching it, not live, but they'll be watching it.
if you're willing to wait a day, you can find it anyway.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
I don't mind getting it in 16 parts. In 15-minute slots.
It's not who you know, it's what you know.
Yeah, you want to know something? I can go out to my shed and I've got hundreds of WWE wrestling tapes live.
Callum's got stacks of DVDs. John
Ladd
Ladd says WWE Network £10 a month.
Yeah, we've had that bit there.
Yeah,
And this is the thing as well. This is what makes me laugh. It's been on telly tonight because Formula One is it in Melbourne, Australia? And obviously there's that big time difference. And it says about 4:30 in the morning. I says, who the fuck's going to get up at 4:30 in the morning just to watch that shite?
My son, if he was allowed to, my son.
Your son, I've been noddy land.
We moved to America, right? And the football time kickoffs in America are sometimes 4 in the morning.
So that for a lot.
I'm getting up for that.
I don't do 4:30 in the mornings, put it that way. Because I probably only just going to sleep then.
I used to sit up late and watch the UFC.
I'm putting a
Good
new
stuff.
airflow sensor on my throttle body thing on Monday.
You can see what's going to happen. Roman Reigns is going to lose his title.
Yeah.
One.
I hope so.
The bloodline is going to totally disintegrate because they'll be all. Yeah.
Usos going to lose to Sami Zayn and.
Oh yeah, Usos is going to lose to Sami Zayn and
Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens.
How do you know all this?
It's had a good run though, but it is about time to do some.
Yeah.
And you've heard it here first. That with black lipstick and whatever is going to knock Charlotte Flair off the perch and all.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ripley.
Rhea Ripley,
Yeah.
that's it.
Brad Evans
Hi Brad, how are you?
for the boxing. Who's boxing?
Anthony Joshua. And if he loses tonight, he's retiring.
Who's that?
Anthony Joshua. If Anthony Joshua loses,
Oh yeah.
tonight, he's
I
retiring.
think you were on one at morning programs, I think. Roman
the boy?
Reigns is taking a break. Well, that answers your question. Yeah, he's going to lose to Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Well, that was the plan.
I mean, I don't watch it. This best about it.
That was the plan last year, but he got
Hey,
injured.
Joel.
Bonjour, Joel.
Hi, Joel. How are you?
Oh, Joel.
But I'm not quite sure of the outcome with face mask.
Rey
Yeah,
Mysterio,
Rey
Dominic
Mysterio. You can see what's going to happen a bit further down the line. They're going to reconcile, aren't they? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
unless it
I'm
was
not being
all
funny though,
a
but it
ploy
does have a look ready though, don't you think?
with Edge to take down,
Yeah.
what's it?
I'm the same, Gordo.
Yeah, that
Does have a look
could be onto a point there.
Eddie Guerrero though.
Chris says if it's the in the group part, the cost is that.
Oh, what's
Rhea Ripley.
Judgment Day?
Judgment Day, that's it. If it,
See, I should be as creative writer for
Yeah.
WWE.
Why did you do
I mean,
that?
any honours could do writing for that because it stands like a sore thumb.
That's the
Oh,
thing.
they're
Look, see,
right.
if I was to watch wrestling, I would need to watch your Tim telling me about it. 'Cause that's what
They're
I'm
right.
Oh, pardon me.
Crap.
I mean, this is the thing, you know, bro. I don't watch it,
Mhm.
but it gets forced down my throat because our Callum watches every single episode. Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, you name it.
Ah, cool.
Oh, dear.
He's not.
Never watched it.
What
I've
type
always
are we
watched
going
Real
for,
Fighting.
John Lad? I'm Brad Evans.
This is the thing, Brad. There's a lot of bugs going about. It's this weather. You don't know whether they're coming or going. Hi, Terry.
Yeah.
Hi,
Terry.
I've ordered the engine mount so I can put that generator back together.
Oh, pardon me. But what's just make sure.
But you see, not only does Callum watches it. He's just bought himself that new
Tim.
WW2K 23 or something.
16.
What are these?
It's just
Sorry, bro.
just
Sorry,
bought
bro.
that.
I've got plastic wallets full of wrestling CDs. I used to put them on data DVDs because you couldn't get them all on.
Callum has only just started asking for the wrestling DVDs because you see it's got that new Xbox.
Yeah.
Xbox Series
No,
X.
Xbox X or something like that.
Yeah.
Does it take the discs, Jeanette?
Yes.
Yeah,
The
that's the one my
Xbox
boys
S
bought.
series is fully digital, but the Xbox X is the games.
Yeah.
Our Callum's same John Lad. You see, because Chris were into it, our Callum's been, brought up on it more or less.
Yeah.
We did actually get to see it. We went to Butlins at Minehead.
What set me off watching at Leeds Town Hall with Big Daddy and all that.
But yeah, that's the one and only time that he's actually saw it in person.
About 3 months out of year, they used to do it every Sunday at Leeds Town Hall.
John Lasseter, when he was after, he used to do arm drops on them.
Yeah.
I was more into
Mrs. G normally brings treats home, but she bought a virus.
You can't help it this time of year.
But this is the thing. There's a lot what they bought. I know we're talking wrestling. How are you? They bought a lot of new ones from NXT, and I keep saying to Callum, who's that? Who's that? Who's that? I mean, he knows them all. Oh, he's from NXT. I says, well, thanks for the info, Callum. You know what I mean? I weren't really bothered. I just thought, who's that? You know what I mean?
Especially upper management. I think they're going to sell in WWE, aren't they?
And apart from Rey Mysterio, I don't know anybody that's been inducted into Hall of Fame.
No.
Some Saudi investors or something.
Stacey Keebler, she was in the WWE biggest rival, which was WCW. So she went, but did go from WCW to WWE, and then she then she at one point she was dating George Clooney.
Well, I didn't know until recently.
And so that's why she was inducted into the Hall of Fame.
I didn't know that the man were married to Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
I didn't know when.
Becky Lynch.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Becky Lynch. Yeah,
Becky Lynch,
got-
that's it. I knew her name was
Yeah.
Becky. Couldn't think of her last name.
they've got a baby together.
I know, because she's just come back from maternity, hasn't she?
Yeah.
She's called a man and he dresses like a woman. He's a bit flamboyant, isn't he?
I said exactly the same thing to our Callum. You know, I says to our Callum, I said, this is how I found out you were married to Becky Lynch, because I says, I'm sure he's gay, because you know,
He wears jackets like a
Fucking-
different
you know what I mean? He's sort of doing all this sort of thing, and I said, our Callum says, well, I doubt it. She's married to Becky Lynch, and they've just had a baby together.
It's a beard he's wearing then, isn't it? You heard of that? He's got a beard.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like everything. It's just a persona, isn't it? If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's just a persona.
Yeah. Who was that dancer that used to jump about with a lisp?
Fandango.
No, another boy that used to jump up on the. They would go on Shooting Stars or something. He would jump up and do the splits right in front of Vic Reeves. What was his name again? He had his own show.
Hi, Wayne.
The most campest guy you'd ever meet on TV and in life.
Oh,
Hi, Wayne.
Louis Spence. Louis Spence.
Louis Spence.
yeah.
That's the boy. What a absolute.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, this is the thing, John lad. I reckon it were all down to steroids, because it causes heart
That
problems.
does,
and all.
it causes different drives as well, doesn't it? The old steroids.
He'd had a lot of injuries, you know, well, so he was popping the painkillers and drinking on top of it. That's why he lost all his muscle mass and he was just fucked up.
Yeah. But that price of fame. I mean, you look at Hulk Hogan and all that lot,
Stuff
and
Nash.
Ultimate Warrior. I mean, he's another one that's dead. He was right. You know what I mean? And that's all these that's died early. Well, I know Hulk Hogan's still alive, but
he was in a lot of pain.
most of the ones that are, you know what I mean? Most of these that are, you know, ripped and muscle and everything.
That's not
You can
natural.
bet your bottom dollar they're taking steroids.
That's not natural. You've seen the biggest boys
No.
in school and all that, and you were like, right, they're pretty big, they're tall, they're wide. The biggest people I've met, right, I was delivering in the Borders, right, on the east coast of Scotland, south, right, and these two big rugby players walked in, like lawyers, and they were almost 7 foot, but 6 foot wide, and you're like, Christ, man, you're absolutely huge, mate. And that's no steroids. That's just been brought up in a farm, 3 generations in a farm.
That's
And they produce
it.
a
That's
monster.
it. I mean, you know, there's natural ways of doing it, and then there's, you know, the steroid route. Let's just say,
See all the wee people that are 5'7" and they're pumped up.
yeah.
There's no way that's real. They're just bean
John
bags.
Ladd says Roddy Piper were another one. He died young and all.
See, Hulk
A lot of
Hogan.
it to do with wrestling
See,
as
for
well.
me, he cannot feel his legs
Yeah.
because he's had that many back surgeries.
I mean, look at Chris Benoit. It sent him do Lally, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh, for
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's a lot of
basically had the
there's a lot of
memory, like,
controversy
reaction
behind that.
to the 76-year-old with Alzheimer's as well.
You know what I mean?
You know what it was.
Nest.
Hi, Parkness.
Hi,
Yeah,
partners. How are you?
Oh, Pocky!
Let's say me, Wayne. That's why I'm a big guy.
I done the milk. I done a milk run when I was
26
13.
years I've smoked it. That's
I made
a long
it-
time.
But I mean, look at it this way.
The only side effect we've been too close to the fridge. But I sorted that out a few years ago.
Yeah, he killed his missus, he killed his son, and they killed himself.
Yeah. There's a lot of
Schizophrenic
controversy
episode
behind
is
that.
fucking flipped out.
Yeah, just a bit, Tim. Just a bit.
Yeah,
It's a bit controversial killing your family.
but see the thing is, there's this conspiracy behind that as well. Some people don't think he done it. Some people think he was murdered, and some people think he done it himself. But
I met Big
It's-
Daddy a few times.
Yeah.
Oh, when I lived in Nottinghamshire many years ago, I went to Mansfield Leisure Centre, and there were what's his name now? No, not we're talking wrestlers.
What? We're talking wrestling, yeah.
There you go, Chris, on the ball.
Finley. Shwaddy Waddy. Are you heard of a wrestler called Shwaddy Waddy?
Random.
But yeah, it were Finley at the time. That's before he went over to America and got in WWE. And you know, they come out and they're spitting at each other and they, you know, getting it all that. Went to bar after the show and they all sat round a table all on them, laughing and joking and, you know.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
It's a big charade, isn't it?
You know, obviously we know it's all, you know, it's all set up, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
But it does take skill to do some dance moves like that without killing anybody, because they're brutal moves they're doing. If you don't do it right, you can break somebody's neck.
I've said all along, the moves that they do. I think
Mysterio had a match with another Mexican wrestler, did that 619 move on him, and he snapped his head off the ropes, broke his neck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It rolled into the crowd.
Anyway,
There's been a lot of wrestlers that have died in their 40s.
Yeah.
And a lot of them have committed suicide as well.
Drugs, concussion, and injuries. Let's get.
Yeah.
But look at Cody Rhodes not so long back. I think it were Ellen Cell?
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes.
And it ripped his
triceps clean off.
pectoral muscle
Pectoral
off his head. Yeah. And he had to have an operation on it. So the injuries are real.
I tore mine there. When I first started training, I tore mine there.
Logan Paul, don't get me started about him.
Oh, I can't stand that. I can't stand them too.
I like
They're
Paddy.
all money
Paddy the Baddie. Have you heard of him?
Paddy.
You not heard of Paddy the
He's
Baddie?
like his brother. What is it? Jake Paul. He thinks he's a boxer. Logan Paul thinks he's a wrestler.
Yeah.
You've got Paddy the Baddie from Liverpool.
That sounds a Miz started, didn't it? Really, though.
That's another one I can't stand.
No, the Miz. You just took the words right out of my mouth.
I could quite easily kick him up arse.
I can't stand him, and I can't stand his wife.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Tim. It's his wife, don't you?
John Ladd said Batista were meant to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, but he couldn't. He's made it big in movies, though, hasn't he?
Batista, yeah. But in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 will be the last one Batista does.
Chris says that John Cena's tried doing the same thing, but he's not having much luck. Family was driving behind and Summers' truck with a large dildo falls out the back of it and onto the windscreen. To hide the embarrassment, the mother explains it was a large insect to the kids.
Yes, Brad, that was an absolute unbelievable.
Oh my giddy eye.
Paddy
Still
Pimlet.
ugly now.
Paddy Pimlet.
Paddy Pimlet.
He would smash everybody, that wee dude, man. He's mental. Every one of them. He's good into the wee scouts.
But you see that Kevin Owens UFC weren't he a UFC fighter or something? What were he?
Who? What was the name?
Kevin Owens.
I don't know.
I'm sure it was some sort of you know.
He's been in wrestling for years, though, in all different promotions.
But yeah, I mean, Undertaker's a total legend. I think Callum used to hide behind the sofa.
He's a professional wrestler.
When Undertaker or what were it, Kane. He didn't like Kane either.
I was quite surprised seeing AJ Styles in WWE though. He was TNA born and bred, wasn't he?
Kevin Owens is a wrestler for Canada.
He's sort of dropped into background now, aren't he, AJ Styles?
That's the thing, you see. When by the time they get to WWE, if they've been in a different brand, a big name in a different brand, they're not. Oh, she's here. Noddy's here. Noddy, we didn't make it to a car, but she's bloody been in bed.
Feel good for that.
You'd be right. I'll drag you around the boot sale in the morning. I'll wait you up.
Yeah.
Bacon roll you.
But yeah, you know what I mean? It's same as I say, Logan Paul and Jake Paul, you know, they all wanted to jump on bandwagon, you know. One thinks he's a boxer and one thinks he's a wrestler. Yeah.
Money, that's all they're interested in.
Who's that Logan Paul fighting then?
Seth Rollins, I think.
I know, nobody.
And this is what makes me laugh. This is what makes me laugh. You know, like how they announce someone, they come into the ring. YouTube star.
Yeah. That's his job. That's his job title.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How demoralising that. Imagine getting put up against him and he gets a lucky punch at you, and you've been a professional boxer for years, and this prick comes up and knocks you right out. You've been raging.
She's been watching Little House on Prairie for about 3 days. She's on series bloody 6 or something now. I
have never watched Logan Paul in my life.
Neither have I.
I know who he is.
I mean, I do, but I've never watched his YouTube channel.
I've seen him twice and I thought, I'm not watching this crap anymore.
His crap as a YouTuber as well, according to Chris.
Well, there's all the kids in it, and there's all screaming and shouting and pranks and crap like that.
Well, you do watch some shit anyway on YouTube.
Yeah, well, that is shit.
Oh dear.
Pure shit. Unadulterated.
Oh yeah, Austin Theory, that's who's fighting John Cena.
I've flown with Logan Air before.
Yeah.
Gareth says he's flown with Logan Air before.
Based in Glasgow Airport, Logan Air.
Oh dear. And this is the thing. You know what? We were on about Glasgow Kiss.
Mm-hmm.
There were Drew McIntyre, and I think he was with Irish fella. What's his name? Sheamus, yeah. And I think Sheamus were in ring fighting. Drew McIntyre were on thing roundabout. He did a Glasgow Kiss. And even commentator says, there you go, the famous Glasgow Kiss.
That Claymore kick can knock you head off.
That's what they want to do nowadays, is just carry knives and bully each other and, let them crack.
They're not men anymore, mate.
It's like today, I was at the bus stop. I was seeing there was a group of lads at the bus stop waiting to get on the bus, and they were throwing sweets at cars going past. And they were thinking it was funny.
But this is the thing. It's got like nowadays that you don't know how to approach it, because you don't know whether they're carrying a knife or what they've got in their pockets. You know what I mean?
I just stood there and never said anything. I just let them get on with it.
You know what I mean? It's one of these things where.
Start with me, because by the end of the day, I've normally got knives, screwdrivers, you name it, in my pockets.
Chris's inflatable dolly sat staring at me and giving me the eyes. I write this message, but I'm not into those dolls, so I'm going to have to let her down gently.
So she's blown it then.
Yeah. But yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, I were only saying to Callum the other day.
That were classic bit in Only Fools, wasn't it? And when dolls popped up from behind bar.
You know, this kid's as young as 12, 13. You know, carrying weapons, raping. You know what I mean? And I said, I couldn't imagine a 12-year-old doing that, but it's true.
They're not getting educated. I know it sounds stupid, but teach your kids how to fight, defend themselves, and teach them about sexual education.
So I've got
Can-
Keenan
That's
doing all
it,
sorts,
that's it.
so-
Well, it's like not
It's
too
all
heavy,
right,
but
Conrad says Seamus and Drew were best pals. I think they actually lived together. Not as, you know. not
Keenan's,
there, not in that way, but they do actually
Keenan's
live
a lot
together.
more with it than most 8-year-olds, though, because she's been brought up by me.
mhm.
I'm
That
taught,
makes
you
a
know, the
difference.
ins and outs of work.
But you
You
see,
know.
that's the thing. It's like with Callum. You know, he knows right from wrong. He'd never dream of doing out like that. Never dream of taking a knife or a gun out into school because
Ask Keenan what stranger danger saying. Anybody touches me, Dad, I've got to turn around and kick him in balls on Dad and run.
that's good advice, Johnny. Totally good advice.
She can't half kick.
But yeah, you know what I
No
mean.
matter how big you are, kicking bollocks will drop
I
you.
mean,
Especially
the
on next
lad
day.
bullying our Callum when he were at school, and he'd wait it outside classroom for him to come after his lesson, and then like on his arm, and I played Mary hell up with him, and basically they I don't know, they only for a few days they suspended him, whatever. And we were asked to go into school, and she says, well, he comes from a broken home. I said, you think that's an excuse? I says,
I play
I
that
come
card
from
all
a
the
broken
time.
home. I says, but I don't go around bullying and punching people.
See that as well.
No.
They've not see the boy that's doing the bullying, right? In general, not talking about Callum and that. The boy that's doing the bullying hasn't got any approachable social skills to start a conversation and get on with the trips. So he walks about, boom, with no words, just boom, go, boom.
Yeah, that's it. And
They've not been educated.
he thought he was going to get away with it because it weren't actually happening in lessons. It were waiting for him outside the classroom.
2
But
minutes, somebody's got to make a phone call.
it's still on school property,
Yeah.
you know. And
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and I says to teacher, I come straight out with it. It says it's bullshit. I says, how can you make that excuse for him that he's come from a broken home?
Yeah. So everybody
I
else that
says, not
hasn't
all
come from
people
a
that
broken
come
home,
from broken homes, I says, are bullying. And
they don't take the time to take the individual and say, right, what's wrong with you? They just say, broken home. You're there. You're
Yeah.
over there with the broken home house.
But they thought that were going to appease me by telling me he comes from a broken home. And I says, bullshit. I says, I'm from a broken home. I says, I've never been in trouble in my life. I says, for bullying or whatever. I says, now, explain that one then. Didn't know what to say.
I found myself a new cup while we're out and about.
Ooh, a walks.
What's the
Look what it says
house?
on it. Don't let the
Muggles.
muggles get you down.
Filthy muggles.
Big cup. It's quite a big cup, though.
But yeah, you know what I mean. I put her
You
in a
found the
place.
right
I did.
cup. None of them are big enough yet.
I said, do you think, you know, did you think by telling me come from a broken home you're going to appease me? I says, well, it don't wash with me.
They seem to protect the bully now as well.
But
But this is it. And you're only suspended for a couple of days.
Well, see, the best thing that would happen up the road, it might work other places as well, right? It's not unique to Paisley, right? But if you had a kid shouting at you, obviously, right? A 10-year-old shouting at you, and you can't grab him, you can't kick his arse, right? But you say to him, go do us a favour, wee man, go and get your dad. Bring him round to a kick fuck at him. And they soon shut up. You know, when they start to click, go, oh shit, man, I'm going to get my dad in to bother. Even if my dad does win, I'm still going to get him out of the house to deal with this shit that I've started.
Yeah.
They go, fuck, I can't
Yeah.
kick your arse, but go and get your dad.
Having the wrath of the dad on him was
Fucking right. And then your dad, if you even beat the dad up,
The
man,
way,
he's going to
the
get
way
a
some of
fucking...
these kids speak to their parents nowadays, man.
And I agree with Brad. It weren't a punishment. It were a reward, because he was saying to everybody, "Oh, I can stay at home and play on my blah blah blah." But the thing is, his dad took his gaming away from him.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
There's some morals there, there'll be some morals, but just that
Yeah.
wee bit of direction
Remember
to
that
the
man
parents
that
and they can
proper
get it.
jumped off outside and announced it at the staff and all that, and then his dad dragged him back there and went on YouTube and that. Made him apologise to all staff. Proper
Yep.
humiliated him.
That's
Right,
like when I was at school. It's like when I was at school. I had to fight every day basically, just to keep myself.
Just to keep the girls off you.
Just no, just. Just
They were
Like that.
fighting them
Get
up
to me.
in droves.
Just so the bullies, because me and my twin brother were bullied together, because they all went to school with dressy trousers on. Me and my twin brother used to go to school with jeans, t-shirt, and a jumper, and that was the way
Lucky
we
bastards.
went to school.
They were all jealous
But this
because
is
you
the,
fucking
this
got
is
dressed
this,
like that.
this is the thing. Take a leaf
Jim
out.
was Afro man.
Take a leaf out of Chris's book, right? Because he was born in Kenya,
Yeah.
they used to call him the white N-word,
Yeah,
and they used to pick on him somewhat chronic.
Yeah.
So he went out and he took boxing lessons.
I battered them all. Battered them every day.
So he goes into school next day, and this lad that had been bullying him come up to him, and they were a group on him, let's say.
Yeah.
And this one particular guy come up and they were calling him co-vacation. I don't mind. Yeah. Anyway, so it started with thing. Chris does no more. Bang.
Smacked him one on the worst.
Knocked him out cold.
I got a week sat at home doing no.
A couple of bruises on your knuckles.
He did get suspended for a week, but
Yeah.
when he started back after his suspension,
Sorry, Jeanette.
Kovacian, that's it. I can never remember how to pronounce it. Anyway, so this lad from this group come up to Chris and he went,
Hardest kid in years.
yeah, hardest kid in years, says, if you have any more bother, just come to me. He says, I'll kick it out on them for you.
Don't hurt me.
So it does have its benefits, you know what I mean?
My maths teacher that I proper hated, called Mr. Marshall, took the games lesson one day when teacher wasn't there, tricked me up deliberately, yeah? And then, do you know, like when you're a bit dazed and like there's a crowd around you? I'm on the floor, right, with a crowd around me, and he were like in the middle, and I just fucking jumped up on him, bang, fucking smacked him in the face.
Yeah, fuck.
And that, he were horrible. Mind you, I did wind him up. I was twatting maths with him. I'd get a watch and blind the fucker.
But yeah,
it is. No, you don't.
Chris never had a problem after that with bullies. Because I think they suddenly come to realise that he could handle himself.
Yeah, so I went home. My dad kicked off with me because I got suspended for 3 weeks, and he went to schools, walked up to him, you Mr. Marshall, and he punched him off his car. My dad was a big guy, and he like punched him over the car, walked round the other side, picked him back up, punched him back up the other side.
But that's the only language that bullies understand.
One of these proper creepy, look like, remember Danger Mouse? Remember Penfold?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See the bullies, right? I think I got a bit of bullying, but I did stand up to it a couple of times, right? 2 or 3 times.
Kovacian says bullies get the fake serving of karma eventually, and I totally agree.
See, when you give them a slap, most times they become your best friend. You know, if you stand up to them and they get that barrier, that's the barrier's done now. So just let's be friendly. But a good slap back, just a good, as you say, Johnny, you get pushed so far, and you're in a corner and you just go, bang.
That's it.
I just felt humiliated. Everybody was around me like laughing. I just saw him.
It's like you get to a point where you can only take so much and then you snap.
Yeah. Humiliated too much, you're just like, oh, fuck this.
Fat little fucker shouldn't have been taking any games lessons. Like, remember them fucking toys where you used to wobble it like that and they go like that?
Wee weeble.
We weeble, but we don't fall down.
Aye,
Yeah.
we've got a neighbour like that. Is
But,
that politics?
yeah, it's
I won't do
that's
it
the only
all.
language they understand.
Yeah.
He hated me, I hated him. I spent more time on a little shelf outside classroom door. This shelf, because it was a Victorian school, it had this shelf above the radiators. I spent more time doing my maths work there than I ever did sign in classroom.
John Ladd says his brother were bullied. He says the boy got some eggs over his head. Won't be doing it nowadays because they're too expensive.
Yeah.
Cheaper to buy a chocolate one.
But that's it. I mean, Kovacic says biggest bully was about half as tall as me, ended up in jail as an adult.
Hey, same thing. Hey,
That-
same thing happened to me. A boy that I knew that bullied me twice. First year and fourth year, the two same things happened, and the boy ended up in the same position as what in life. He'd done a life for a fucking shitty crime.
But only
But
one
that's
guy
it.
that ever messed with me, like called Mark Connell. Last time I saw him, we were getting pinned down for shoplifting in Leeds Market.
But yeah, you know what I mean. They more or less end up either in prison or on streets, or
It's a shame, but see the manipulation thing. That right, a bully won't. They spend more time on learning about manipulating, right? Because the parents manipulated them all that time. Do that or you're getting this. Do that or you're getting that. Like fucking. So the kid now only knows that fucking control. So the next poor kid that's next to him, when they start to deliver this adult fucking feeling, they're just a bully cunt because that's all they know from above. Like, in a way, it is a shame.
Look at least Villa won 2-0. Change your subject slightly. And Sheffield United won 1-0.
Well, beard.
I think bullying's a cry for help, and that sounds fucking horrible because it sounds stupid, but the people that have came from the good family that are like, what's going on? Why is this idiot behaving like this in front of me? Why is he making me
You see, in my day, them sort of kids were known as latch door kids.
Yeah. No parents at the end of school.
Yeah.
They were free for a
They
bit.
used to have to fend for their sons, look after their sons. The mum and dad probably were out at work or on, on
I knew a
source,
boy.
you know what I mean?
I knew a boy like that, right? His dad was a marathon runner and his mother worked in Shivas, and his mum and dad didn't come home 8 o'clock at night. See this boy? He was perfect. He was really well behaved, now, man. He had his fucking head screwed on, man, at that age. Ended up in the Navy and that, but he done well. He was trusted and he done what he was asked, basically. Never burnt the house down, kind of thing.
My brother was a proper little twat. My dad died when I was 14, so he was like 2 years younger than me, so he went off for it. He was proper naughty. The council paid half the fees to send him to a naval boarding school in Wales. Come out as intelligent as fuck, well behaved, all that.
That's it. All I needed was that guidance. I had
Done
one
well
teacher.
for himself, got an £500,000 house.
I had one teacher in school that done that, and it was PE studies. Mr. Syme. He looked like fucking. He looked like Sam. He looked like Sam for Cheers.
We had a deputy head teacher, Mr. West, his name was, and fuck, see if he was in trouble, and he got to do it. And me and a mate of mine, me and a friend of mine, we got caught. The two of us were fighting, and we got put outside his office, and he got hold of my mate by the back of your neck, and he said, "Get in there." Just literally threw him in there for fight, threw him in the office.
John Ladd says he got ruler over his hands. Chris said he always knew if you'd misbehaved because you'd see this rubber coming towards you.
Well, my head teacher, when they stopped the cane, he fucking had time off.
You want to hear something funny? He had
cabinets behind him. He had different canes in cabinets behind him, my head teacher.
I was in class one day.
He didn't know what to do.
Sorry, carry on. I was in class one day and I burped as loud as I could. And the teacher turned around and said to me, "Pig, get out." So I got up out my seat, grabbed my coat, my bag, and walked out. And then he came looking for me.
I was going to say, how could you keep quiet?
But if I went away to school, but because we used to get to and from school. We used to get bus to and from school. So if I'd have gone the school bus route, the teacher wouldn't have found me. But I went straight down the main road, and that's where he found me. If I'd have gone the school bus route, he wouldn't have found me.
Oh. Gordo says he was bullied for 5 years by this kid, and he was jealous because I was school captain for football side. But you know what I mean? It's a very, jealousy is a very
very green monster.
Yeah.
Yes, the green-eyed monster always is.
Can we go grab a cuppa? Well, wait a minute.
I was going to do that. I'm going to grab a beer.
But yeah, you know what I mean? Why resort to bullying because you're jealous of something?
Well, it's that thing that you don't see.
Exactly.
You don't realise that other people have not got the same capacity as you. You take for granted that everyone's as intelligent as you, but it's not the case, man. It's a shame, right? But some people have had different ways shown to them, and they think that's normal. And normal's a fucking program on a washing machine.
Yeah.
But it's like, how can I put it? There's got to be something in that person's life for them to be jealous. I'm not jealous of nobody.
No, I'm happy with what I've got. That's the thing.
And I'm exactly the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm not perfect. You know what I mean? By no stretch of, you know what I mean? But I've got a husband that loves me. I've got.
That is very true, John, lad. That is very true.
No.
What's up?
Yeah.
Yeah. This has just said you're perfect to me. What's the after?
Here's 20 quid.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I've got a roof over my head. I've got food in my belly. You know what I mean?
Say, food in my belly most of the time.
Oh dear. But yeah, you know what I mean? It's and what John Ladd says about, it's coming to somewhere when kids feel there's no way out. But
see, I felt that way, right? I'm not being funny, right?
You know what I mean?
I felt shit in my life, right? And you know what I did? I was in a housing scheme, and these guys were just constantly fucking making eye contact and kind of going for me. I ended up hanging about with the St Mirren Football Club fans, right? And I ended up going to football games, and I got to know all these fucking real people. And it made it a lot better. I became a hooligan.
Gordo says karma has a way of payback. He had the opportunity of a lifetime when he signed a professional football contract. He blew it big time. He found the drink. They sacked him. But this is it. You know what I mean? A lot of these don't know a good thing. You know what I mean?
Sometimes it's overwhelming for them.
I mean, I'd hate. I mean, we've always told Callum, if you've got a problem, come to me or your dad. I mean, you don't necessarily have to come to me. Come to your dad. Is another bloke. I've got don't bottle it up. That's one thing I say, to anybody. Don't bottle it up till you find you can't. You can't carry on any longer. You know what I mean?
Anybody tried them?
Oh God.
Tuck.
Smoky bacon tuck.
Yeah.
I like them sandwiches.
Banging.
But this is the thing, you know what I mean? There are bullies out there that know when a person's not feeling right, and they play on that, and I fully believe that. You're not completely yourself, for one reason or another. You've got stuff going on in your life, etc. But I think a lot of people prey on that, and it's all wrong.
Yeah. That's very true, Brad. That's very true.
See what they're doing now in the kids' schools now. They're promoting being friendly to each other, right? And in school when I was younger, it was like, the teachers didn't encourage you to be a prick to the other kids, but it was kind of like the first chance you would put the other kid in, even if they'd done a handspring and a cartwheel back onto their feet, you'd be like, ah, idiot. And really, it was absolutely spectacular.
A lot of teachers nowadays, it's a case of hear no evil, see no evil, and speak no evil. You know what I mean? Out of sight, out of mind. And
it's like my youngest son. My youngest son has to wear hearing aids, right? And when he was at school, he found it difficult to understand he found it difficult to understand what the teacher was just saying, and he found it so frustrating that he couldn't hear what the teachers were saying, and rather than speaking out, he just sat there. And
Callum's been exactly the same, Tim. You know, I've told everybody that Callum's got learning difficulties. Well, he were in a science lesson once, and he's supposed to have help. Anyway, so he's there with his hand up, and teacher kept telling him to put his hand down. And basically, what now, Callum? And he says, can you explain it to me? He says, I didn't quite understand it. And you know what that teacher did? He just got a piece of paper and he shoved it in front on him. Rather than explain it to him, he just shoved this piece of paper at him. Thank you, Jay.
Jeez. Bye, Jay. Take care.
Gordo says he bumped into him 30 years later, and he says he was right with it. Gordo right with his mates. He says he actually apologised and bought me a drink.
Bloody hell.
Yep.
But yeah.
You realise the size difference as well.
But this is the thing, you know, a lot of teachers don't understand, or they don't want to understand people with learning difficulties, people with hearing difficulties, sight difficulties, etc. You know what I mean?
See, when I was in school, they were just starting to discover dyslexia. You know, and I was like, what the fuck are they trying to say? I can't write, that's it. Nobody said you were stupid. They never fucking said I was stupid. I'm fucking smarter than most of you. I was thinking that as a kid. Because I was smarter than the average bear kind of thing. Like, I'm not bragging, but I didn't want to hear what they were teaching me.
You know, I always thought that teachers were supposed to be sympathetic towards you.
Yeah.
That's a nurse.
You know what I mean? Well, you know what I mean. Not every student is you know, grade A student, blah blah blah. Some people have the difficulties, and I think, you know, rather than having okay then, Jay, rather than having these teacher training days, I think they ought to go back to school and, you know, take lessons in people with learning difficulties, etc. You know what I mean? Take lessons in that. You know, rather than keep having these teacher training days.
See, there's loads of teachers everywhere, right? But there not a lot of them are tutors. You know, a tutor would sit down. So a teacher wouldn't really sit down one-to-one. See, if you're getting taught one-to-one, I would have learned loads more. But the fact that there was 30 kids in my class, and there was about 5 of them were wee arseholes, and I was one of them. So you had no chance. The teachers like fucking pulling their hair out, thinking, how am I going to keep order, man? This is fucking...
No, of course it's not a violation, Jay. You can mention any channels that you want. But yeah, you know what I mean? I think sort of... I mean, back in our day, our teachers didn't have teacher training days.
They went to the pub.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You know, so where did these teacher training days come? Because they don't actually...
I think they went to the pub.
Anything.
They went to the pub and gossiped about the kids over a couple of pints.
You know what I mean? It's there were no such thing as teacher training days in our day. You got taught, you know, maths, English, geography, and history. That were it.
Science.
And that were one of the reasons. I mean, because my birthday fell in September, I was nearly 16 and a half by the time I left. But like last 6 months, I never went to school anyway.
That's what I did too. Just dogged it. Fuck it. What are you going to do? Suspend me for the last 6 months? See ya.
So yeah, I mean, for the last 6 months, I never went to school.
You back?
And I finished school on Friday. And I left school on Friday and started my job on Monday.
Do you know something? I left school before I was supposed to, but I spent my 16th birthday on Kings Lynn Cattle Market, and that was when I was on the fair.
But yeah, I mean, it was only because my birthday fell in September. So I was 16 in the September, but I had to wait till the following, I don't know, Easter or May. I was sick about 16 and a half by the time I left. And that was only because my birthday fell in September. And, you know, I couldn't wait to leave.
No,
couldn't wait to leave. I never, same as I say, I never went for the last 6 months. I says, well, what they're going to learn me in the last 6 months? Diddly squat, basically.
Yeah.
Yep. Learnt more in the 6 months after I left school than I did in the 12 years I was in school.
Yeah, I learnt more on, like I said, like I just
put in the chat, I learnt more. My mum sent me to another high school to stay away from my mates. So I got kicked out of that other high school deliberately and then turned up at the school I wanted to go to about 3 weeks later.
But yeah, I mean, you know, when all said and done, it's called the Book of Life. You know what I mean? You learn more from living life. I mean, it's like me. Officially left school on the Friday, and by the Monday, I were at work. So you're earning your money. You know what I mean?
I was earning
working
money
while I was at school.
I was going to say that, Tim. I was doing the milk when I was 15, and I was falling asleep in my French class. And the reason I could do that was because the teacher knew that I learned my French. I could do a bit of French. So she knew I was doing the milk, and I would just sit there fucking.
Me and my brother, me and my twin, we was working on the markets at 11-year-old, and come last lesson at school, we were like this. And the teachers wrote a letter home to me mum. Can your children not get a decent night's sleep? I'm like, and what my mum done with the letter, licked it up and put it in the bin.
Well, this is it.
Have you recovered from your walks, biscuit?
But yeah, you know what I mean. There's only one place.
I'd start in Leeds Market when I was 15.
There's only one place you're going to learn anything, and that's out in the big wide world.
That's out in the big, yeah, exactly, yeah. Exactly.
You know what I mean? Whatever it may be, if you've got the get up and go to get up and go, then you know what I mean. But that's the problem with today's generation. They ain't got that. You know what I mean? They want it all handed to them on a plate.
Yeah.
Pardon me. But yeah, you know what I mean? They think that, you know, they're going to get a cushy life. But it don't work like that. No. I didn't get it when I were a kid.
I did, but I worked my arse off for it in the milk. And I was sitting
you know what I mean?
And I had money. Everybody else had 15, 70 pence, and I had 15, 60 quid. You know what I mean?
Hi, Tommy.
Yeah, Tommy.
Hi, Tommy.
But yeah, you know what I mean? It's like they can only learn you so much in school anyway. You know what I mean? They can only learn you so much in school.
First thing, only thing you got was work experience, and that was just before you were about to leave anyway.
Well, that's what I did. That's where I did, Johnny, and that's how I got my job, because I went working in the factory.
With Troy Tyre and Auto Fitters.
You know, I before I left from my work experience, I went and got an application form, filled it in, got an interview, and got a job. You know what I mean? It's.
Tracy went to work at Treats straight from school, leaving school. Treats, ice creams,
Ooh.
factory.
Uh-huh.
But this is the thing, you know what I mean? You've got to sort it in, you know, from an early age, instill it into your kids. If you want something, you work
Now the
for it.
generation now can go into the mid-20s before they've ever paid a bill or I don't know.
You're getting old, fella.
I know. And I don't like it.
He just bought me a coffee and then his fingers were all like,
How's his beard
Covered.
doing? How's his beard
all
doing?
right, it's all right.
Took a chunk at it.
Ah, Jeanette's warming to it.
Not really.
Not really.
Yeah. A bit closer to.
Oh,
yeah.
look sophisticated
beard.
there. Look a bit like Sean Connery going on there.
Si, senor. Si, senor.
Battlefield 007.
007.
I can't get up now.
Nothing wrong with doing a
Like stopping the restaurant night then.
Stuck.
Yeah. It's called old age.
It's hard to tell, isn't it? Because it always comes in at 45
Gary says hello.
degrees.
Hiya, gringo.
It always comes in at 45 degrees. So he's-
More like hiya, oboe. He looks more like an oboe.
I love it.
He has like hiya, Jamie.
Hey, stop sitting house.
Yeah. Yeah, you haven't seen. Are you seen Chris's new look, Jamie? You've just
This
missed
should,
him.
this should be a whopping beard by December.
Well, this is it. He's got to send me links now, Johnny, for beard trimmers.
Well, last April I started growing this beard, so it's start of April now.
So I says, well, knowing Chris, he'll order them beard. It's like a trimmer type of thing. Anyway, so I says, well, knowing you, I says you'll change your mind and shave it all off.
Well, you keep the side bits long, and then it has the curl bit to it, and then you just trim that bit there. You have to do.
But yeah, you know what I mean. It's.
I told you when I can brush my nipples with mine, I'll trim it.
Put your beard in the middle, Johnny. Put one going in each direction.
Tracy plaited it the other week.
Chris is not getting that. Chris does not get into that stage, Johnny. Believe you me. Got fungus growing on his face, but yeah, I don't mind it as it is. But yeah, I've had to trim round here a bit, you know, because it were irritating him.
Everybody should try it once. Grow a proper full-on beard.
Yeah, I've done it. I like it. I want it.
Keep
But this is it. Not everybody likes beards.
I've got a neck gaiter I can wear. Look, one of these to keep my neck warm.
I said to Johnny just before Christmas, I says, I've seen people with like these baubles that you can like clip into your beard. I says, let's do it for Christmas, like all these, they're like little tiny baubles, but they've got like a thing on what you just clip on.
Let's get a wee robin.
You know what I mean? And then to set it off, all you need is a little tiny set of twinkling lights, you know what I mean? And then you've got a full on.
The thing by Christmas though is the side bits have still got colour in, they'll be down about here.
Ain't it funny though, Johnny? Hi, Richard.
How are you doing?
I do it, sure.
So isn't it funny? But Chris's beard is exactly the same. It's sort of dark grey here and then like white in the middle. And I had to laugh when Bella seen it. She says, well, how come your hair's brown but your beard's grey? I don't know.
Because my rug's still brown.
And Richard's just coming back. He's
The
slowly.
Bermuda Triangle's still brown.
I won't be butchering it again, that's for sure. Square patch missing there. Look at that.
But this is the thing, Richard. Chris sent me an Amazon link, and it was like a proper beard trimmer, like yours.
Yeah, you'd say that till you get your inner thighs tickled, Crypto.
And I said to Chris, I says, well, don't do what Richard did. I says, and shave a great chunk out of it is.
No,
Yeah.
I got
That
mine.
was slightly knacking my beard.
Mine trimmer off Facebook, you know, off one of these
I
adverts.
end up looking like Ming the Merciless.
With pyramid art.
And a big party down my little beard.
Oh dear.
Who was it played Ming Merciless? Was it Vince Clark? No, was it somebody else? Price?
No, it was a German. It was a German actor.
The big guy that played Ming Merciless?
And he was in see that football one with Michael Caine. He was in that as well.
Yeah, big gun who you're talking about now. I can remember his old face.
Yeah.
A villain. He's always a villain.
Tommy says very distinguished looking. It's this is another thing that's down to individual, isn't it? Some people it suits, some people it don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I'd suit a beard, do you?
I'm keeping it anyway.
I don't know. Is it to do with the shape of it's to do with the shape of the contours of the face?
My
no?
mum does not like it. I go around about twice a week and I get comments twice a week.
You're going to shave that fucking off.
My son's under there somewhere. So I've been at your house 3 months.
You know, you look like the guy at the front of what's the Tom Hanks train film?
Oh yeah, that where is
The Polar Express. You know the guy at the front of the train where he gets his beard pulled.
I thought you were going to say that one where he's on the island and he's Castaway, I think it's called, that one, yeah. And another one where Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
You know, when he goes on that run and he started running and he couldn't stop that time he'd finished. He got like bushy hair and a great big beard.
Yep. I think he would have had a long beard.
As well as mine.
Well, that's it. That's it.
You got to be always quite wiry.
Johnny's got all the gubbins, you know, known to man, beard oil, comb and everything. You name it, you know what I mean?
It's a cracking beard, but the few best beards I've seen are Billy Connolly's. Who's the big guy that always shouts? Brian Blessed.
Oh yeah, like
Brian Blessed. He was fucking. He was he was the man.
He was the flying bird man.
He's awesome.
What about what's it at Harry Potter? Oh,
Gordon's alive.
Robbie Coltrane.
Ah, that's it.
That was a big studio beard, though.
Robbie Coltrane.
Send you a picture on to your phone. It's an Easter egg thing.
What?
Oh, do you want me to show it on here?
You can show everybody else it, but I've just said, Jeanette.
Oh man, is that still in one piece?
Yeah, she put it in freeze and it's too heavy duty to cut now.
You need to get an angle grinder, was it you said, Jeanette?
All right, I've
I
just,
don't want a piece of the camera tomorrow, so I'm getting hammer out.
Ooh, yeah, you need angle grinders, Tracy.
Yeah, I've got it out of freezer now. We've got a chopper.
Don't mention angle grinders.
I know, 3-inch thick. Bloody thing. Frozen solid.
Maybe I'm just sending you a message I've just got.
Why do you know preserve it and put it into the cake emporium?
That's it on top of freezer. It's not cut yet. I can't get knife
Well,
through
she was
it.
supposed to make 2, but
Ew, Mum, we're only in fridge overnight, Tracy, and I ended up throwing knife in. Chris ended up cutting mine.
It's not ready in an hour. There's you said too much chocolate for you.
And I says to Johnny the other day, our sister's going to have a nightmare of a time because I hadn't got half as many sweets on mine as yours. And it's a mistake. I cut first slice and cut it in 3, and it was just like it were all over the place. So I just took knife down, I did, and Chris ended up finishing it off.
Tidying up.
Do you want me to send it you, Crypto? Oh, you mean, I thought she meant photograph.
Send the cake.
I've just sexually harassed her, so she's lost the room.
Can't you help yourself, can you, Johnny?
It's too much weight.
Rock solid.
He's a chap.
You'd be happy to.
What word of advice, Tracy? I'd let it defrost fully before you start cutting it up.
You might break the knife.
Oh my!
You've seen one of these like chainsaws. You might need one of them if you can cut it while it's frozen.
I would use a hammer and bolster.
An chisel now, Jeanette.
An air chisel would be great.
Yeah, chisel will do.
Just put the wide blade on it. Put the widest blade you've got.
Basically, Crypto, it's the one that she made other night, but she's just got it out at freezer.
She wanged it straight in freezer without us even getting a look in.
I mean, I says to everybody, Johnny, I think Tracy's going for a world record here.
Yeah, just pissed myself watching that, man.
Oh,
Right.
I think it'd be safer to walk on broken glass than walk across top of that.
I don't think there was a bit of that cake that, you know.
Now get the salt.
To death Cadbury style. Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yes,
Make
man.
the merciless.
Who is this fucking
Hiya,
fat?
Ali. How are
That's a
you?
beard. That's what you call a beard.
That's Ming.
Ming the merciless.
I think he stays next door to me.
Is it uncanny?
Similar.
Oh, dear. Oh,
That's the first time I actually saw that blind blessed when he went, Gordon's alive.
Touch on chips and
sort of an update on that car, but it's
Made me laugh when he had wings. I thought, there's no way he's getting off the ground.
yeah,
Fucking did it as well.
it's one of these sort of situations where now, do you believe it or not? If you know what I mean. It seems like a tall story to me, but anyway. You know the guy that we refer to as Pallet Man? Young lad that lives near Twatty Bollock down here. Chris bumped into him other day. And, well, we had ours in office to come round because they're going to be starting the work soon. So she's come round basically telling everybody that there'll be some pallets arriving, you know, like working, you know, cement and plaster and everything in.
That's ours, they didn't get the new house on site when he come down.
Anyway, so we approached her. So we must have said something about this clock because I saw him pointing over that way. So just as she were leaving, Chris were coming back and he was still out there. So he says, I've just told her about it. And apparently, it's something to do with a bit of a situation with him and one of his neighbours, right? And basically, it all started when she reported him for having some wood either in his back garden or his front garden. So you remember a few months back, he had his tyres slashed, right? Now he blamed this neighbour, right?
The woman.
It's a woman, and I don't know, I forget what her name is now, Francine or something. Francine or wherever her name is.
Yep.
So he blamed her for slashing his tyres, right? Now, the story that it came out with yesterday was that She's planted that car there with all windows and everything smashed, so she can blame him and take him to court. Yeah.
Have they slept
It's a
together or
very
something?
tall story, considering it's registered in Newcastle.
Do you think these two people have had a relationship at some point and they're just being fucking cunts to each other?
But yeah, you know what I mean? It's one of these things where you sort of scratching your head and think,
There's
no,
more to it. Is that the whole
somehow
story?
it don't add up. You know what I mean?
See, you know there's
I
a bit
don't-
of the story missing. There's something missing there to the story, isn't there? You're not getting the full.
I don't think so. I don't think so. And it's one of these situations where it seems like they're playing tit for tat, if you know what I mean.
But most times that's came out at the end of a relationship, whether it's been an affair or something like that, you know. And I'm not
But
trying to
you know,
take that bit of it.
the way he told it to Chris, when that car appeared,
It was already
apparently
vandalised.
he was on bail and he weren't allowed anywhere on this.
So he's not there. It wasn't him. It was nobody. It was
So according to him, he wasn't even here when that car arrived. So she's now blaming him that it's her car and it's him that smashed all windows. But yeah,
idiots.
yeah.
So he found the owner, offer him 50 quid and I'll come and get him.
But it's like this, Johnny. He told Chris, now get this, he's got no insurance or road tax. Yet he told Chris that she specifically put another 6 months road tax, not road
Just
tax,
to keep it on the
MOT,
road.
a month's MOT on it.
Well, you can't unless you pass it. You mean tax, you mean?
That wouldn't have passed the MOT.
According to what he told Chris, she's put a month's MOT on it. But even then, it's still illegal because it's got no tax and insurance. So she can get, she
No,
can
what
get
it must
done.
be, it must still have MOT on it, so she's put tax on it, and that way it's still road
You'll never get insured, or never.
It sounds to me, I says to Chris, I says, well, whatever, take it with a pinch of salt, because it's a he said, she said situation.
Alex, you do know I have a full mechanic now. I've got air compressors and all that.
And I says, whatever you do, I says, don't get involved. Don't, yeah.
Put the new connect on it now, so it's not leaking now.
That's what I said to Chris, because he told Chris that she'd put a month's MOT on it, but he can't. It's either 12 months or nothing. And that's right, exactly what I said to Chris. They're all a bit of a, yeah. But this is the thing, if she reckons it's hers, how come it's registered in Newcastle? I don't know.
Don't try and understand an idiot. They're fucking.
Well, he's not the brightest tool in the toolbox, put it that way. But it's. I just thought I'd give you a bit of an update on it, but yeah. I says to Chris, I says, well, just take what he tells you as with a pinch of salt.
With a pinch of salt, yeah.
Let them sort it out between us, and if they've got a dispute, let them get crack on with it. You know what I mean? No to do with it.
I'll into the front garden this week as well and clean it all down.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? When this is the thing, Tommy, Chris would just when you'd been out, because it went out with 2 FPV guys, and this woman that's like housing officer, she come to let everybody know, or don't get alarmed because these they like these shipping pallet things that they're going to put on here with all building materials in it. So she sort of didn't want anybody to get alarmed or anything when these shipping containers started arriving. So she she just sort of come and let everybody know when he went across to her. But anyway, I know he says, well, all she said were, I'll have a word with you. Do you think that's going to do any good?
palming you off with all of the cake.
It's you'll have to watch it back, Gary, because I'm not going through it all again. It's all down to a neighbour dispute. This Fiat Punto thing that's outside.
Gary's taking the piss.
Oh yeah, but by actual rights, because it's got no MOT or insurance on it, shouldn't be out there anyway.
Shouldn't it be? Why they know lifting it?
So if it does actually belong to her, she's accountable for it, and she can get done herself.
I had
parking it on a highway with no tax or insurance.
See, my car, I had a car back in 2008, a Metro, and it run out of its MOT, right? And I forgot about it. I just left it there. I wasn't driving it on the streets. And I got up one morning, it was gone. Like within the fortnight, it was gone. DVLA came, boom, in the back of the wagon, away.
Hey up, Gary, I've just got one word for you.
Gary? Who's getting that?
Oh,
You get the honour.
I know, I said that without moving my lips.
Oh, Gary's in trouble.
He knows I'm only investing.
Yes, crypto.
Yeah.
Yes, crypto.
Hey up, Gary. I've got a relative called Ronnie Pickering. Do you know who I am?
Who are you?
Do you know who I am?
Who are you? Who the fuck's that? You want to punch up?
Hey up, Chris sent me a thing, and it's it's Eddie Earn. And he goes up to Eddie Earn and he says, do you know who I am? And he went, you're that, yeah. And somebody's saying, Ronnie Pickering. He says, yeah, that Ronnie Pickering. Don't take it to heart, Gary, because, you know.
Did you see his car?
That's me in a nutshell.
See the Ronnie Pickering vehicle, the old Picasso?
Excuse you.
He sold that, right? But it ended up getting sold again for £75,000. Ronnie Pickering's motor, honest to God, somebody's bought it for 75k.
Must have a screw loose.
Yep.
Yeah, partner says the Fiat was reported to the DVLA because it was untaxed and they've done feck all about it. Yeah, nobody's bothered. But anyway, yes. Look at it this way, Gary. You know, it's my sign of affection when I do that to you.
There's not many people get that. Lucky bugger.
You're in a very rare community when you get that.
I get it all the time, Gary.
Oh dear, did you hear that? Chris says I get it all the time. Hey up, John Lad says get cat off it. Yeah. Hey up, I wouldn't even know where to start. I don't even know what to look for that matter.
4 legs and a tail.
I was going to say, is it a ginger or is it a tabby? That's only cat I know. But yeah. I know baking like back of my hand, but when it comes to mechanics, I haven't got a clue. I mean, knowing me, I'd pop bonnet and end up taking engine out or some stuff like that. It's on the wheel. Well, that narrows it down a bit, doesn't it, John Lad?
It's on the wheel.
Yeah, so it's brake disc and brake pads.
It's dead easy.
You didn't think I knew that, did you?
Yep, you could probably change a set of pads easy.
But yeah.
Most people could.
You see, as far as I'm concerned, a car has got an engine, steering wheel, and 4 wheels. That's it.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, that's the sort of level of knowledge I've got about cars.
Right. The engine's always spinning.
Hey, oh, Richard's gone.
Uh-huh.
I very press wrong button. But yeah, I haven't got a Scooby Doo. He's back.
Well, I'm there. I pressed something and that was it.
I've just said about his press wrong button.
I bloody did.
Not all cars have engines.
Ended up looking at BBC weather. I thought, where's everybody gone?
Oh, don't confuse me even more, Gordo. Not all cars have engines.
Pardon me.
Go Gordo, what ones have not got engines?
But
Got to have a propulsion unit somewhere. Even a solar powered.
I mean, knowing that car, it's probably a cat nicked off it anyway.
Tesla, that's a power unit, that's an engine. Nah. A combustible engine, right? Not all cars have got a combustible engine.
No Teslas are not worth.
Well, I've heard so many problems
Yeah, have you
about
heard about
Tesla cars catching fire.
Have you heard about these cars doing a car chase and they run out of energy halfway through the car chase? It's happening all the time in America.
£2,000 to replace batteries on them, and they only last about 5 years. And in the cold, you only get like maybe under half what the battery says on it.
Are these them driverless cars or really?
They can do that, but they're not allowed to do that in the UK, are they?
Fucking disgusting. Pig.
Pardon me. They're on about bringing
motoring an electric engine, not a motor, not engine.
Waste of time.
They're on about bringing in driverless buses.
They haven't they anyway? Have you seen them?
Who wants the driverless car? Could end in back and beyond and not know where you are and
You just have trains everywhere, like rail lines everywhere, where you just drive onto the rail line, set it to destination, and go for a site.
Hey, I tell you something though. The only problem we're having a driverless car. Nobody's told to fuck off.
There'll be no road rage.
You know what I mean? And like if let's say if it's driverless taxi, you know, I have that chit chat and whatever with taxi. What you're going to do?
Where's
So
the
you
film
need
that
to,
done
if I
that?
see it.
You could do it only without paying.
John Lass says end up in Bangladesh.
Just do it only without paying.
Hey, only trouble is, Richard, I bet once you get in taxi, they've got like self-closing doors.
Do you not remember
unless
that
you
film?
pay or you prepay, you ain't going nowhere, son.
Do you remember the movie Fifth Element, where Bruce Willis gets in a taxi?
Yeah.
And the taxi is a puppet and he just turns around. Where you going? Faces forward.
Tommy says, will they know when you put your hand out at bus stop? You see, the problem solved there is all the driverless taxis would have to be pre-booked.
Facial recognition, it would pull over when it's in your face.
Yeah. When you hit the windscreen.
Yeah. Or if you've got an iPad in your hand, you put a virtual hand out to stop it when you see it coming past.
I don't like the idea of all that. No, thank you.
You can use it for a bank robbery and everything. Just phone the automated Uber. Drive.
That has been known before, I know.
Just don't need to pay in the getaway driver.
I mean, partner says solar, wind, tidal power. You know what I mean? And what you know what I mean?
Aye, you could have a solar powered car.
You know, we should have a
Wind-powered car.
the UK to power it.
Yeah, but the only thing is with solar power, you've got to have some sun. We never get no frigging sun.
Do you know what's the most futuristic propulsion unit, right?
Matt,
A a self-perpetual engine, right, that they say doesn't exist. An engine that doesn't need
Solar.
fuel. Huh?
Hydrogen engines are pretty cool as well, aren't
Wait, are we talking Fred Flintstone here?
No, it's a self-perpetual engine. It's like,
Which is the self-propelled car?
Yeah.
that's a self-propelled car.
Oh, wow. The spare or repair, then, yeah.
Oh, sorry, bro, I didn't mean to take piss.
Shut up. You did.
I didn't.
Right, self-perpetual engine, right?
Yeah, I was going to say I have no idea what that is.
With an engine, right, you need to put something in it to make it produce energy so you can put it onto the wheels and go, right? But an engine that runs on its own being, with the position it's in, because of the balance, it will turn again and flick, turn again and flick.
It
And if
runs
you
on
turn
its own
it, it
momentum.
goes
Oh,
to
yeah.
roofttops, and you've not
So
got
it'll
any
never
fuel in it.
run out of whatever it's powered by. It's
Well,
just
it powers itself. There's
built
no
in it and it
fuel,
just-
and
yeah.
there's no exhaust. There's no exhaust coming at it, so it's just self-perpetual. And you can have all sorts of self-perpetual engines, and they're just not letting anybody go near that right now because it would remove any purchase of fuel or any CO emission, fucking climate shit. That's perpetual motion is a myth. That's what they say, partners, That is what they
Solar
say.
is it works for small things, but you couldn't run a whole house solely off solar. No way. If solar were that good, why's not every house in Spain?
Panels can't be recycled either, so
No, it's a solar panel when you go to Spain.
Once they've given up their life, they're no good. And they cost a lot of money to recycle. So they're very,
They'll heat the water abroad with the sun, but you don't see many solar panels.
And that's it. You know what I mean? It's
Think
I
in
bet this-
Canary Islands where they get 355 days of sun a year.
but it's like a lot. It's like, I know it's sort of changed, but a lot of these people,
we can afford a shower.
it's like a lot of these people that live in vans, like van lifers. That's what they use their solar panels for, so they can, they've got some sort of power, electric. You know what I mean?
Yeah. For charging things up and small things, great stuff.
Yeah.
To actually run a house, boil kettle a few times, you soon fix it. You soon run your batteries down. You know what I mean?
But this is the same as Gary says. Solar panels are not free; they cost a fortune.
Yeah, and they're heavily polluting, like I say, because you can't recycle them.
There was a big thing on them years ago where everybody was getting them a grant, but that seems to have gone by the wayside now.
But there's all this talk about you can make enough energy to sell it back to energy companies.
Yeah.
Load of crap. You know what I mean? A lot of time they're not producing enough energy even to, power stuff in the road. You know what I mean?
You see, partners, right? The guy that invented the car that could run on water was mysteriously.
Well, Kevin were on about it, if you remember.
Yeah.
I think he come up on somebody's panel and he said it can be done.
Yeah.
And Kevin were on about it.
Someone to run out of fuel.
The partner still remember this one, right? See, back in the 90s, right? A company, I think it might have been Chrysler, invented a electric motor that looked like the Prius, and it was excellent, right? There was like 2,500 sold, and then suddenly they'd pulled them all back because they thought they were saying there was something wrong with them, right? And the owners this big car, and they seen loads of their cars sitting there, right? And they found out the reason. Bonjour. They found out the reason that they took the cars back, right? Because a bigger company that was still selling petrol cars disagreed with it and partly owned the company that was selling these fantastic electric cars in '95, and they recalled them all and crushed them all. And there was nothing wrong with them, but it was going to put the petrol companies in jeopardy. So one big company bought the other over and crushed them all.
Yeah.
Bang,
What nest
gone.
I'm referring to, the thing about using water to fuel. Yeah. Kevin were on about it other week. Yeah.
On a dodgy doodah.
Not on about solar panels. I'm on about he did something to prove to his son that it could be done.
Yeah, father-in-law, he has solar panels on his garage, and he uses them to charge his Nissan electric car. But he doesn't go that far. You know what I mean? It's not a problem to him. You know, for a normal user that will be out in it every day, you'd have trouble. You know what I mean?
But yeah, you know what I mean. It's
I've got security lights outside. They run off solar panel.
Yeah.
Gordo says, imagine running cars on doggy doodah would solve so many problems.
Correct.
Yeah.
Just have a pooper scoop on back, sucking it
Hey,
all.
I could sell some back to what's it? A Manta biscuit does.
Yeah. Just buy
What would you
10
ring?
dogs.
Shit, can you pick me up?
Hang on till I get the dogs.
Lazy day. Bloody hell, Trev. Surprised you haven't got rigor mortis.
Tracy. Oh dear.
End of the day, they don't
Yeah,
want
wait
people
till I
to
see
go
it, Laura.
electric until they've used every single bit of oil up. You know what I mean? And that's a nice looking Easter bunny behind you, Joelle.
Yes, I'm ready.
Ready.
A lint Easter bunny.
Lint,
With dingly dangly bell.
It's got a
dingle dangle.
Pardon me.
Easter burp.
Disgusting.
Oh,
Pig.
I tell you something. Tim could power a vehicle all by his his burps. Oh, she got a Kit Kat.
Yeah, I'm fond of Kit Kat.
yeah.
I'm gonna
So the diet is for tomorrow. It's not.
think my
It's not
chat's
going to be this
broken.
week.
Refresh. Mine's is alright.
Yeah,
But the
well,
thing is, they've introduced like this cleaner air thing in Sheffield. Now, if you go to a certain part of Sheffield and your car's not up to spec with emissions and everything, you get sent a fine.
I don't fucking think so.
He tried that round here and
Yeah.
it didn't get off the ground.
I tried it at Leeds, but
But yeah, it's not been in long. But as luck has it, Gordo, is that? I think he means rampant rabbit.
I need to do
What's
set
that?
fire planters and
What's
cut
the
the wires.
rampant rabbit?
But yeah,
Rampant
it's
rabbit.
you know what I mean. It's
In
I
Oxford,
can't see it. I can't see it myself being.
Will you be baking on Tuesday?
Cream egg.
Yeah. Got everything. Well, I
Yeah,
need to get the
those
ingredients.
roast, yeah, cream egg cupcakes.
I've got the most important thing, the 10 cream eggs in the cupboard.
And we've come up with a solution because I googled it about how can you cut cream egg in half, and it says freeze them overnight.
Excellent idea.
Yeah, freeze them overnight. So what I'm going to do is night before Monday night, I'll put. Well, Chris can put them in the freezer, and basically, just before the live stream starts, it's going to put them in the fridge for me, so they're not sort of rock solid. And it says just with a sharp knife, go around seam, and it should
open
cut,
it up.
Yeah, it should cut perfectly.
I would normally do that with my teeth, but we can't do that when we're baking with them.
And if
But
it
yeah.
don't work, you can always eat that one and try again.
Whoops.
It was like I was saying other night. That's the only solution I could come up with is freeze them. And
It's a
yeah,
win-win situation.
as normal, I was right.
Do you know what I was going to do, right? Apart from the thing I said to you, I was going to take a saw to it, right? I was maybe get a hot knife and go around it with a hot knife.
But
Like that, right, run it.
we'll see what happens on
I'll do the
Tuesday.
freezer thing. Definitely, I'll do the freezer thing. That's what I'm doing. I'm not going
But yeah, you know what I mean. But the thing is, if we're freezing them, I mean, hot knife should cut through them like butter.
Even just a dip knife.
Fitter.
Even just a knife out of boiling water.
Angle grinder.
Fucking cream egg everywhere.
Yeah. Can
Can
you just imagine with chisel and hammer?
That was a good
Junior
advert.
Hacksaw
Do
was good.
you remember the cream egg advert?
Junior Hacksaw.
I think a sharp knife or a walnut knife is advice, Richard. I don't think we need hacksaw on job.
Or a really long thumbnail. A long thumbnail, done it like that.
Oh. I ain't got no fingernails.
Like you, I cut mine.
I cut
I
mine.
understand ladies who like to have long nails, but I put sometimes some nail paint, but I like to have my nails like that.
I like to have mine cut. The reason is I don't like muck down back of my fingernails.
But I don't like when it's very long. I mean, it's for me. It's okay. It's everyone does as they like. Huh?
If you've not got long nails, Jeanette, how do you scratch Chris's back?
Wow.
You don't.
I don't.
Yeah, same as Sarah.
You can scratch a little. You can.
Killjoys, no. I need sharp shit, man. I need fucking.
But if you hurt your lover, it's not the aim of the game.
Keena had one in the fridge and I cut hers in half. They just broken in half.
It should be the sensual way.
A sensual way.
That only works for so long.
I mean, I googled it, Tracy, and it just says chuck them in freeze at night before, and same as I says, you don't want them that rock hard that you can't crack them open. So just before we start baking, I'll get Chris to put them in fridge so they're not soft, but they're not rock hard either. Now that sounds wrong, doesn't it?
No.
They're not soft, but they're not rock hard either.
We're on about licking each other's cream out in chat. I don't know what's going on in chat, but it's getting a bit out of hand. You were throwing a bucket of water over at chat.
Yeah.
That's what
Well, I'll have two spare in case we have a little bit of a mishap. So otherwise, it means Chris, get off to us to get some more cream. But yeah. We'll struggle on. You know what I mean? We'll work it out some way.
But it's really attractive, through a man baking or cooking.
Attractive. What?
Very attractive, someone.
It's not attractive when you see me eating the cake.
Gary says Richard wants to take a long drive. It's gone.
Not attractive as watching a woman do it, and while we sit on suffer and chill.
I love Amjad. John Ladd says he gets his nails done. Oh yeah, no. I can't be doing with all that faff. I do cut mine. I've got some like little proper nail. You know what I mean?
It's more hygienic. It's cleaner.
Yeah, I don't like.
Otherwise, you have all
I don't like much of any kind behind my fingernails.
The dirt
Yeah.
And in time of COVID and virus, it's better to have. Well, it's my opinion, but I understand that everyone's opinion has to be.
But I'll tell you one thing: we use one of them nail.
Yes.
Brushes, yeah.
No, in summer I always have nail paint on my feet, on my toes, always.
What is it, John lad? He says, look at my thumbnail. What is it? I can't see proper. I know, but he's changed it since then. He's changed it again.
Have a look. Let's have a look.
No.
Toenails.
Chris uses an angle grinder on his toenails.
That's like a load of nails.
It says nails. Cream eggs are a chocolate you can't really share. We see I bought 2 boxes of 5, so that makes 10. Now, the recipe makes 16 cupcakes, so you cut them in half. So, you need 8. So, I've got 2 for backup.
Backup. Me nibble up.
Well,
Case of
we'll see what happens during baking live, Johnny. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Don't look the other way. You'll.
Oh, pardon me. You got me at it now.
Bloody hell! Everybody's at it.
Disgusting.
Coffee.
I'm not, Richard.
Good coffee burp.
I don't burp.
By the way,
Yeah, don't burp when you're next to me, Joel.
Hey, Janet.
There's a pot burp. You know, Rose is a beer burp and man's a coffee burp. Yeah, you know, they're all different.
It's multicultural.
I think our walls are the same colour, Joel. You're not behind my wall here, are you?
I'm on the other side.
You live in Penthouse, Richard. I don't very much doubt it. But
Janet, you know that French, when you learn the English language, there are words like nail and snail that are really confusing and tricky for someone learning. So once you can say to someone, "Oh, you've got beautiful snails," instead, because
What?
it's exactly the same word for us: nails. So,
and Joelle's got the filming bug by the looks of things.
Yeah.
Yes,
She's come
definitely.
out.
yeah, but I don't have the equipment, so
It's good film, man. It's please, but it's
the
not on
waste
fire.
of
Everybody
time. I don't have the quality of the.
looks very
I'm
peaceful
dead.
compared to what we're getting told about what's happening in Paris.
I've got a lag, so I can only just see you.
Gary says drill a hole in wall, Richard, to find out.
He's not got a drill though. What's he going to use?
Somehow I don't think next door be too keen on that.
How are you anyway, Amjad? You're not saying a deal.
Yeah, not too bad, hon. All good.
Where's Imran?
Downstairs.
Oh.
About 1 minute.
Can I say something?
I bet he's going to show us Imran's treat drawer.
Uh-oh. Yes.
What's he got? Oh, he's got some. Fox's biscuits.
I see a Reese's.
Reese's.
A bit of Reese's now.
But it's a stock he has there.
Yes.
What's that
Everybody
green?
knows about
What's
it.
that in green packet, Amjad?
Pistachios.
Oh, pistachio.
I'll be down in it.
Secret drawer.
More than one drawer.
Oh no, there's a third.
Ooh, but everywhere you have chocolate there.
Where do you keep your clothes? In the fridge?
That's not his drawer. That's his goodies drawer. It's his goodies drawer.
That's a good idea.
Is even more chocolate lover than crypto there. I mean,
Good.
A lot
Could
of
he be?
chocolate.
you're beating her.
So, how's the Scottish accent coming along, Amjad?
Yeah, not too bad.
I hope I can't do accents fit life on me.
Oh, of course not.
No.
only Scottish I know is okay. The news.
Bless you,
That's
Tim.
not a word we use, though, Jeanette. It's never in the vocabulary, that line, ever.
Oh dear.
I'll translate it for you into English. Oh, yes, just now.
I'm going to get off, Jeanette, love. Thanks for having me up.
You would never use
Okie
it.
dokie then, Johnny.
Bye,
Have a nice
Johnny.
weekend with your Tracy.
Bye,
Bye,
Joe.
Johnny.
Night.
See
Bye,
you, Johnny.
Johnny.
Gordo says he thought it was your mum's knicker drawer. He needs a bit of work, Amjad. He'll, yeah, but yeah, I can't do accents. Whatever, you know what I mean.
Pardon me.
Bother, pal.
Hey, Amjad, happy Ramadan. It's the Ramadan.
Yep,
That's
Yeah.
sun's gone down.
a few
What did
days
you have
ago.
for, what did you have for breakfast? Rice pudding?
I had a toast.
Just toast. Sure.
You
I
gotta have
What I had
toast.
for my breakfast?
What?
What I had for my breakfast? Bacon, egg, sausage, beans, toast.
Whoa.
I wasn't
You know
meaning
what
this
I had for
morning.
my breakfast?
What?
Toast.
Nothing.
Yeah, I was talking about 9 o'clock this evening, Amjad. What did you have for your breakfast at 9 o'clock? You look like you're in a food coma right now.
Ah, when the sun sets.
Yes, wee.
Mhm.
Ramadan.
Oh,
Partner says he remembers that. So,
Wakeby, subtle play on words.
Mhm.
Breakfast.
Yes.
Oh.
got
I
to be
got-
red sauce, hasn't it, Tim?
Yeah.
Depends what you're
Yeah.
having.
Stop
Chips,
teasing.
hot chips and tomato sauce, but on bacon, I think brown does it.
Brown,
on bacon,
definitely
right?
bacon, aye. I don't put red on bacon ever.
No,
The only time I have
No,
brown
red
sauce
sauce.
is on a cheese toasty.
Oh, aye. I
chips,
put
it's
pepper
gotta be
on the
red
cheese
sauce,
toast.
but to be honest,
That's
Okay.
the
I
only
like,
time I have brown sauce is on a cheese toasty.
tell you what I like on chips, mayonnaise.
BLT with mayonnaise.
Oh, hey, I tell you something last night, Richard. I turned around to Chris and there were an advert for mayonnaise, and then there were what were it? What were it, baby?
What?
That other advert. I says,
Can't remember.
do you think I'm pregnant? I says, I could just eat some mayonnaise.
I love it,
Wait,
I'm
mayonnaise.
craving for that right now.
I don't know. Anyway, it was something.
Chips, oh,
Mm.
that is real Cherie.
I need to send you a link, Jeanette, right to the Wilderness Cooking. It's the most mouth-watering cooking program you've ever seen.
But
And
yeah,
it-
it's that's only time I have brown sauce if I'm having like cheese toasty.
Oh.
Chips, bacon, cheese toasty, brown sauce.
But yeah, I hadn't had mayonnaise for God knows how long. And I says to Chris, I says, you think I'm pregnant? But we both come to the conclusion it had been immaculate conception.
I always add mayonnaise in.
Pardon you.
Pardon me, yes.
It's a lot of wind up north today, Tim. Lots of wind over the border.
Been a lot.
You're still up above the border, aren't you, Richard? You're still up in Scotland, yeah, with that. You're still up in Scotland, aren't you?
No, I'm not in Scotland.
Not really.
No?
Not really.
I'm in
Lancashire
Lancashire.
is-
No, right. I thought you were up in Scotland, and I
No.
No.
When we were talking about that other night, we went there in November on his own.
He doesn't have the Scottish accent.
yeah, because he was up. No, he's not at all.
Oh,
But he was living up that way.
I can
Dalleash, the place was called.
I like garlic mayo as well, Gordo.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'd been up fishing that way. I just thought you were still up there.
I tell you what it were. They've started.
okay.
What's it called? Big Ranch Burger at McDonald's. It's a new thing
right,
that they've brought out, and it's called a Big Ranch Burger, and it's like two burgers, with like crispy onions.
Oh.
And I said to Chris, "Oh, I could just fancy that." And he said, "What, with mayonnaise?" And I went, "Yeah." I said, "Do you think I'm pregnant?" Yeah.
About 5 son.
Well, yeah. Totally immaculate conception.
Yeah.
Garlic mayo with chips, says Chris Crypto.
That's
That
nice.
is correct.
I like to dip my chips in mayo.
Yeah. Totally quick kick one end. Just
Yeah. Now, you pick an extra long chip up, you dip it in your mayo, swirl it round, bite it halfway, and then you turn it all the way and dip other half in.
I really coat the one end and just gub the lot. Yump.
Mayo with shrimps.
When I dip a chip, I break it.
Mayo on toast.
No.
Oh yes, why not toast?
That just.
Oh, I bet you'd like that. Right. Gordo says Iceland do mint yogurt sauce. That's more, especially with hamburgers. Chris goes mad on mint sauce.
Oh, I love mint sauce. Oof.
Mint sauce on chicken.
But yeah, I think this. What have I just? I can't even remember what I just called it. No, that thing that's come out. Ranch burger or something. It's just they've just started doing it.
Ranch burger.
Ranch burger.
Ranch burger.
I like lamb, but I don't like how greasy it is. That's one thing that puts me off about lamb, because it's very greasy.
Garlic
mint sauce.
A rancid burger. Crispy coated mushrooms with
crispy coated mushrooms.
I'll tell you something else what I were fancying and all, and I ain't had in ages. Garlic bread.
Garlic bread.
Garlic bread.
Garlic bread.
Some of them get it right. Some of it is bloody awful.
Garlic bread.
I don't like the long French ones. I just do.
Oh no, just them little like baguette type, Richard.
Yeah, I like a round garlic bread, not the long job.
Oh no,
it's too dry.
Right, that is
lasagna.
Yeah, I do know what that is.
I love lasagna. I love lasagna.
Italian food, actually.
Yeah, lasagna.
Everything which is Italian.
Lasagna.
But you see, we do our own version of spag bol, because I put mushrooms, onions, a red pepper, you name it, in it, everything. But a lot of people just use tin tomatoes. We don't.
I do tin tomatoes and the
puree. we fry mince off.
Brown it off.
To drain, and then we start with onions, red pepper, mushrooms, and
onions in the mince in at the same time, and brown the onions in the mince at the same time.
But
the onions soak up the juice, and you don't have to empty much.
The thing is, Chris had never cooked lasagna, not lasagna, and I taught him how to make it.
Yeah, you can come and teach me one day. Teach me how to do it, because I'm dying to cook lasagna. And once I learn to cook it, I'm not going to fucking stop.
All it is you can get the sheets in either Asda or Tesco. You just got, and it's like making a spag bol, but you put a layer of these sheets, then you put a layer of your spag bol mixture, then a layer of the white sauce, and then you start again. And that's how you make lasagna.
My mother used to make a cracking batch of lasagna.
You just pull the middle bit out and scoop that black bit out and then fill it up with gear.
Partner says, how the hell can you stuff a mushroom?
You just pull the stalk out, don't you, and fill it up.
If you're wondering what that noise is, it's Chris has got his drone out.
Beep, beep. Can I go to the fridge for a minute to get a refill?
No, you're not allowed.
I'm coming to your home.
But yeah, it's some people. It's sort of how can I put it? It differs from person to person. Some people actually boil the lasagna sheets.
The what?
You know the lasagna sheets because they come in sheets.
Maybe you
Yes.
Some
the
people
layers.
boil them,
make it.
so
The
you know.
lasagna
But the thing is, when you're putting that white sauce and your bolognese mix on it, that softens the pasta sheets anyway.
We just used to do what we used to do was when we made it, we used to just dip the sheets in warm water and then put the sheets on and then.
But that's what I say. Some
Layer it
people,
up.
Tim, actually boil the sheets only for a couple of minutes to soften them up before they put them in the lasagna. Now, in my reckoning, basically you've got enough moisture in the meat and the white sauce.
Dancing floor atmosphere there.
Oh, he's got his fancy lights going.
Ooh. Wow.
Pardon me.
Original that.
But yeah, it differs from person to person how they make lasagna. But yeah, it's just like making a spag bol, but you have these sheets and then you get the white sauce as well.
I'm Judd.
I know what Gordo's talking about. You get them big mushrooms, and then you take the door out at middle, and that's how you stuff a mushroom.
Yes, that'd be finished.
Oh.
That bowl. Sorry, Joel.
Well, Gordo's calling them beef mushrooms, but I don't know what they're called. But I know they're them big ones, them big size mushrooms, and then you scoop stalk out at middle, and you put whatever it is,
So those lights, I'm Judd. I love that.
Thank you.
What? Yeah.
Now I like that Thousand Island dressing on. Okay, then, John lad. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
On like
night,
pro
John.
cocktail, you know what I mean?
John lad yourself.
I don't think I'd make it myself.
Night.
Pinch of cayenne pepper and
cayenne pepper. I just fell in love with cayenne pepper. See, since I made that cayenne chicken the other month even, I've been throwing cayenne pepper in everything. Soup.
Now you've discovered it, you're putting it in everything.
I never knew that's what it was.
John lad. See you later. Thanks for popping in.
I knew the taste, but I didn't know what it was that I was tasting. And the boys
this is that's another thing that I put in my spag bol, garlic powder.
I've got that too.
Yeah, I use that at WrestleMania is calling me.
I'll do that as well next time. I've not done that yet, but I will use it
I buy the garlic powder, so you can just like sprinkle as little or as much as you want. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I like a lot of paprika and a lot of cayenne pepper in it in my curries. I could blow my head off with it, man, but they can't handle it.
Can you not see chat at all, Tim?
Only the one in the StreamYard.
Oh.
Only the StreamYard chat.
Produce paprika.
Yeah, that's smashing.
But anyway, same as I say, yeah, I fry my mince and me onions and mushrooms and everything separately.
Mushrooms I keep forgetting to get. Why?
Oh, I love mushrooms.
I love my mushrooms, man. They don't care for them, but I love them.
I love mushrooms.
I don't even chop them. I just quarter them. Like boom, 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 and.
But it's like this. I mean, down at our Asda, as I keep saying, ours is only a small Asda. So I buy that grated parmesan, in like tubs.
It stinks of feet.
So if you ain't got that, Chris just gets grated normal cheese, and as soon as he dishes it up, plenty of cheese on top.
I love cheese and that, right, but I can't use the parmesan because it really stinks of feet. It does. It's fucking
Italiano.
At this.
That's what you stink of.
Feet. It's
very
actually
good.
it's got the same enzymes in it as foot degrading. It's got the same thing. Cheese has got the same thing in it. It's like cheesy Wotsits. See when I open cheesy Wotsits, feet.
If in doubt, have a Jaffa cake.
Ooh. Half moon, total eclipse.
Was that a Jaffa cake going in your mush then, Richard?
It was, yeah. I love it.
See, I'm Jad, I don't miss a thing.
Yeah, I know.
Tim looks like he's seen a ghost. Has he, Frozen?
Yeah.
I'm all right, Crypto. I am, honestly.
But that's one thing I've sort of never... Mousse, he says, Gordo, he says, I like moussaka, which is similar to lasagna. That's one thing I've never tried making moussaka.
What's moussaka again? What's that? I've heard that. I don't know.
He says it's like, it's similar to lasagna. Let me just have a look what ingredients is in it.
In moussaka, you've got aubergine.
Eggplant.
Eggplant. Yes, eggplant. Oh, you speak French very well, you.
Aubergine.
Yeah, there's a picture of moussaka. Look, that's moussaka.
Oh,
It's very similar to lasagna.
not as many layers though. Just one at the bottom and one
It
at
just
the
says
top.
moussaka is an eggplant or potato-based dish, often including ground meat, which is common in the Balkans and the Middle East. Many local and regional variations. The best-known version in Europe and the Americas is the Greek variant.
I like the way they cook their foods, with the big pots and that, and the fireplaces. With the tavernans.
There's one on BBC Good Food moussaka recipe.
There you go.
Oh, let's cook moussaka once.
Hi, Kathy. How are you?
Aubergine lasagna.
It says here it's got to be cooked for 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Just more than a chicken though.
Did you want Crystal?
Kathy, babe.
This says I'll be wasting away if it takes that long. It says 6 tablespoons of olive oil, 3 medium aubergines cut into 5mm rounds, 800 grams of lamb mince, an onion finely chopped, 2 fat garlic cloves crushed, dried oregano, ground cinnamon, 2 bay leaves, red wine, a 400 gram of chopped tomatoes, tomato puree, light brown soft sugar, and 550 grams of Maris Piper potatoes.
Red wine.
Chris says change it to white wine and I'll finish bottle off. And it says for the bechamel sauce.
Bechamel, yes. I love it.
40 grams of butter, plain flour, whole milk, 40 grams of parmesan finely grated, whole nutmeg for grating, and 1 large egg plus 1 yolk lightly beaten.
Yo, Callum.
See.
Night, mate. See you in a
Red
bit.
wine, yes.
Hi, Kathy.
What have the Greeks ever done for us? Oh, hang on, that was the Romans. Oh, okie dokie then, Amjad.
What have the Scottish ever done for us? That should be the new one.
But yeah, that is on BBC Good Food.
Hi, Amjad.
See you later, Amjad.
Night.
Now, there's one here, traditional moussaka. And this is mygreekdish.com.
Even the name has the sound of something which is...
Okie dokie then, Jay, thanks for popping in.
See you later, Jay.
Now that looks nice. That is
looks
my
nice.
Greek recipes. That is traditional moussaka.
It's tasty because you've got...
It says here, what is moussaka? Moussaka is a traditional Greek eggplant casserole. Made with baked or pan-fried eggplants and potatoes.
Oh.
Is that the white bit of the potatoes in the middle? Like a cottage pie kind of layer?
So,
So I've tasted lots of dishes, right, but I don't know the names of them. I can never remember the names of them.
by the look of it, you know your aubergine, you put it like on.
That's the layer.
Like if you're doing it in like like a casserole pan, you lay them all out in like a sheet. If you know what I mean.
That's where it's like lasagna.
So we start off with a layer of potatoes, look. Right.
Right, that's what I was thinking. Right, just uncooked potatoes,
that's
cut
a layer
into
of potatoes. But obviously, you obviously pan fry them first, the potatoes.
You think so? Or you would? I would put them in raw.
And that's your pan frying your aubergines as well.
You're laughing at Richard.
Why are you laughing, Richard?
He's got his mouth full with Jaffa cakes.
He's not. He's watching something.
And he's laughing at something, but he's not telling us.
But yeah, it is similar to a lasagna, but obviously you put in like sliced potatoes and sliced aubergine in. Yeah. Hiya, Bill. How are you?
See, I was saying I know a lot of dishes, right, but I don't know their names. There was a dish that a Swedish fella made up with, I was working with him, and it was potatoes, anchovy. Potatoes, anchovy. I'm telling you, Jeanette, it was amazing because the anchovy just disappeared. Completely disappeared. It just sunk into the potatoes and it was delicious, man, with crisps on top, so it became a bake when you put it in the oven.
Yeah.
It was
awesome. Anchovies I don't find appealing, to be honest with you.
I don't really rate them either, but this was really nice. And I don't know the name of that dish. You could probably do it with other meats, like other fishes and tuna maybe and salmon.
But you see, that's where I come unstuck because Chris don't like salmon or tuna or out like that.
Oh, I love salmon. Oh.
No, I'm different. Salmon. I like tuna. I like salmon, anything.
I love it. But smoked salmon, it's full of omega-3. It's good for your health. Salmon.
No, you don't like salmon or tuna or out like that.
Oh, tuna.
Prawns.
Salad and
I like tuna on jacket potatoes as well.
And in a sandwich, a tuna sandwich. Oh.
See how you make up the fish cakes, right? You got tuna, onion, and mashed potatoes and pepper, maybe, right? I planned on frying up fish cakes one night, right? And I made up the pot of potatoes, onions, and tuna, and I just sat and ate that.
It didn't go as far as fish cakes, that. No, it didn't get as far as fish cakes.
I love salmon, but I can't eat.
Hi, Wakey.
Salmon, I can't eat that.
Hi, Wakey.
Yeah, Wakey.
But yeah.
No, that was delicious.
But,
Hi.
Yeah, you didn't get to put it in fish cakes.
Never even shaped them into wee cakes and that and fried them. Never gave it the chance. So this is awesome. Another way you take a bite of the cake mix.
Pardon me?
I know not to eat the cake mix because you'll be sick as a parrot if you eat the cake mix.
Is a king's burp.
What?
King's burp.
King's burp, yeah.
Oh, king's burp. I thought you were about types of fish then. I've never heard of one of them.
Difficult to catch.
I'm louder than ever with that, Tim, because you're right above my head now.
Yeah.
I'm quieter when I read corner with Joanne, but I've been shifted to this side.
Pardon me.
I'm getting it for both sides here, man.
You can't hear me when I knock on wall because there's a gap now. I keep wanting to try and sneak through and nick that rabbit. Nick your arm through wall and pinch Joanne's rabbit.
You have to go in stealth mode, Richard. Ninja mode.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Watch that rabbit, Joelle.
Huh?
What's
Watch that
prawn?
rabbit.
Look, he says he had a nice. Wakey said had a nice prawn sarnie earlier. What's one of them?
He's trying to steal it. He's trying to
That's
steal your
like what you
rabbit.
do is get with them razors and put it on a button.
Prawn salad.
Yes.
I think I said prawn salad.
Oh, prawns.
I like prawn
Yeah.
cocktails. Love
Yeah,
that.
I love prawn cocktails. Me.
Oh, prawn cocktails.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's the seasoning? You put the sauce. You put some mayonnaise and tomato sauce in it.
It's
mixed up.
Southern Island, isn't it?
Boom.
Gordo were on.
James Gibson.
Mayo,
Oh, what
tomato
geezer?
ketchup. He says
Yeah.
paprika and something
Oh,
else.
it's dead. He done about the paprika, right?
Hiya,
Okay,
James. How are you?
Hey, James.
V Braun. What's?
Hi, James.
Man.
Tim, when he's
What
doing
is that?
this,
Yes.
it means that he's really excited about something when you're
Yes.
doing this.
Yes, it's a mental ejaculation.
Yes, he's really happy.
Yes, it is, Bill.
I didn't make that getting to me.
Yeah,
Oh,
toast, you've
Gordo
done your
loves
toast.
Now Richard's at it.
You're
Smoked
contaminated.
oily fish like
Richard.
sardines or mackerels, spring onions, chilies, and Mrs. G loves my fish cakes and she's not a fan of mackerel or sardine. Neither am I.
I love mackerel, sardine.
Oh, I like
Keen on
mackerel.
sardine pure because sardines eat all shite at sea, and I just thought of eating.
What is prawn anyway? What's
It's
what?
like prawns.
You know,
Prawns just eat
shrimp.
shit. Oh,
enlighten us,
Bottom
Wakey.
feeder.
What's in it?
Yeah.
you know.
Well,
prawns-
no, Wakey
Yeah,
says
bottom
he
feeder.
just had a brawn sandwich, and I says, what, you know?
Fucking prawn.
No.
I'm
Not a fan of sardines.
You know what I mean? Brawn. What? I don't know where it is.
See the tins, the tins that you get, they open up at the top, the little wee oval shaped thing, right? And you get sardines, mackerel, and all the rest of them in tomato sauce or brine.
Yeah, I get mackerel in brine. I do.
Oh, delicious on toast.
I've never had it on toast.
Oh man, try that shit, man. It is amazing.
Prawns.
Just spread it on toast. Take a
You
bit
know
of it,
what
spread
puts
it
me
across
off
the
is that like
toast.
eggs and everything's there. You know, well, sometimes it is.
Dad used to have pilchards on toast.
Pilchards as well, man. That is amazing on toast. Honestly, and even anchovy.
My brother loved them.
Toast
No,
and
I
whack
can't
it in the
stand
grill
the smell
with
of them.
pilchards on it.
Yep.
Boiled pig's head. That's what brawn is.
Mm.
No, I couldn't. No.
Apple in the
Oh.
mouth. Big apple in the mouth. Like that.
Oh,
No.
I draw the line at
It's
pig's head,
hard.
so I'm not eating a pig's head.
Oh,
Why not, man? Just don't go near the eyes. Don't look at it. Don't make eye contact.
So I'm not chewing on
oh, that they served me. It's got its eyes and mouth. No.
Nah, you cut it. Once you
No,
cut
no.
away from it, you take the
I can't
face off.
bring
And it
any
doesn't look
food
like
that
it.
has a face. I went to Chinese once, and they come out with my food, and it had this bloody big prawn on top that looked like it was ready for jumping off and running down the table. I said, get rid of that for a kick-off.
Yum yum.
Yeah, with legs, eyes, tentacles, and everything. I
Oh,
said,
yeah.
forget it. I said, get rid of that. I'm not eating that.
No way, man.
oh.
No chance.
Yeah, I like turning into an animal when I'm eating.
Yeah, Gordo says that's how he has his on toast. But
I
I
mean,
mix hot chili sauce.
Cheap Chinese eat fish
Oh,
while
it's
it's
nice,
still
man.
alive and it's wriggling on bloody plate. Oh, God, no way.
I mean, this is
After-
the thing. I could go to one of these restaurants where there's lobsters swimming about in a tank,
Oh, God,
and you have
no.
to go
Fresh.
choose your own lobster.
No.
Yes,
I'd,
please.
I'd be inclined to put it in my handbag and take it home with
Choose
me.
your own one.
No way.
What if it bit you? You'd soon eat it if it bit you.
It's really good lobster.
Oh, I'd love that, man.
Oh, in oven.
As long as if it's took out of its shell and everything and on plate, not as a lobster, yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying, Richard, but you know, I'd feel sorry for it. I'd take it out at tank, they'd
Oh,
bring it onto plate, and I'd feel sorry for it and put it in my bag.
Well,
And
it's
in
not really.
boiled water, then, or in
Once it's
oven.
on plate, I don't think they need to feel sorry for it.
aye. As soon as my stomach started rumbling, I'd be like, right, get it in the pot.
Yeah,
I think they throw them in the bag of water alive, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can also kill them first humanely, give them a quick stab in the back of the head, and then chuck them in.
But no, yeah, it's I've heard that they boil them alive, but
Get into it, but then some folk it's underneath the shell, right? And you go into the head, and you go jump, and that's it, done.
yeah.
Sever the spinal cord, and you're done. Boom, cook it then.
Partner says there were a guy on YouTube who rescued a lobster from a supermarket and kept it in a tank.
I've seen that video. I've seen that. He went and bought it and put it in a tank. I've seen that.
But yeah,
I haven't seen it.
Anything that's still got its head, its eyes, and its mouth, no.
Oh, yeah.
Yum, yum, yum.
I'm with Richard on that one.
My dad used to go to Scotland fishing, and he used to bring back bags full of eels alive. Oh, God, no way. Bloody, and eat them. Eel, not alive, obviously cooked them, but God, no.
You taking shit on, James? When you move with
He's
the hire?
looking forward to taking his shed down with a digger.
Oh, yeah, smash it up. Jeez, oh. Is that the same one that you moved with the big crane about 10 years ago?
But yeah,
That's what I was just on about, the one that he moved with the hire.
I'm one of these. Yeah, I'm with Richard on that. So if it's on my plate, without no eyes or ears or whatever, I'm all right with it.
Delicious.
My mate, my mate and his wife, who a lad that we work with, he went on holiday Sunday, or something like that. And his wife said, "My God, there's lots of pet shops in this market." That's what his wife said to him.
What about crab meat? To be honest, I don't think I've ever tasted crab meat.
No,
I mean, I've had crab sticks, but yeah, I'd not.
Well, I have
crab meat in its raw form. You know what I mean?
Crab's all right. It's crab. I don't mind crab. Again, as long as it's out of the crab, I don't like one.
That's the fun of
But a lot of restaurants nowadays serve the meat inside the crab shell.
Yeah,
if you know what I mean.
Because then it's not a fish stick, whereas it is an actual.
That is like the raw form of a crab.
Yeah.
You know, they scoop it all out, like mash it up, but then they put it back in the shell.
Yep. That's the way they serve it in a restaurant on a shell.
Yeah. And 9 times out of 10, most restaurants serve it back in the crab shell.
Yep.
Oh, that's dressed crab. Oh.
Yeah, you can buy it on market. You can near me, and it's like just a load of meat in a shell.
What do they do? Put a pom-pom hat on it, and a nice little dress and ballet shoes and things like that.
It cost a fortune in ballet shoes for a crab.
But they're nice and small. They're not too big.
But I get what Gordo's saying. It is like dressed crab, rather than sort of serving it just the meat, they put it back in the crab and I've never tasted lobster, to be honest with you, but
I've not either.
Suppose crab and lobster and all that lot, they all same related.
I like the look of it when they crack open the tail and there's that big white chunk of fresh fish. It looks awesome. And then you dip it into a kind of oil.
Langoustine. I don't know if you call it
langoustine. Yeah, that's a Scottish.
Is
Scottish. Yeah, Scottish langoustine.
And the Scottish salmon with the Irish one is.
Apparently, Scottish salmon are massive.
Wow.
Scottish salmon is the best.
They sell it in
Gordo's had everything. It says they're short steak.
But I don't like the Norwegian one. Scottish has the best.
Canadians might be really awesome too. Canadian other things up in the cold waters.
I think any good fishmongers, Bria, will have lobster.
Wow.
Yeah. And it cuts sort of like, you probably have it in its sort of, shrink wrapped version, if you know what I mean. So all you've got to do when you get home is cook it, basically.
They have lobster at Christmas time for
Christmas dinners.
What,
no, but mongers
Imagine that, you're waiting for a nice bit of turkey and some comes out with one of them damn things and
I'd do that. I'd look for that.
Turkey is good, huh? I love that.
Yeah, they're good at
You see,
gobbling.
the thing is, we don't do starters with our Christmas dinner because, you know, we have basically everything piled on as plates. So we have to leave room for his pudding as well.
Mm.
Yeah, any you know, reputable supermarket, you know, they've got like a you know, a dedicated fish counter, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, Tesco used to have a good one, but they've split up. They've only got it on prepped, cellophane sealed packets on shelves now. Whereas they used to have a couple of people you could walk up and ask for
Well,
specific.
I've had, yeah, Bria said it because Gordo says he's had octopus. It's called calamari squid rings. I've had that as well. Anyway, guys, I've been going nearly 2 hours and 45 minutes. Well, not as I know to Wakey, only in supermarkets. So I'll bid you all good night. I'll see you on Cryptos again tomorrow, hopefully, keeping fingers crossed. And
cross everything. Cross your eyes, cross your fingers,
cross your legs, cross your fingers,
testicles,
cross your knees, you know, everything. So I'll see you tomorrow evening on Cryptos. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Thank you for the people on the panel joining me. So I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Hi. Hi.
Hi, you know, bro. So we are starting again.